Very.
Will
Can't say I blame you. That was a very impressive reveal, though. I was very happy with that.
That was very good.
I'm happy.
The cloak's staying on.
If you want, Cooland,
Mhm.
this the Fred Beout you can use to play music in here if you want.
Alright.
It might take a second to set up like your playlist and everything because you got to do it through SoundCloud, I think. So
Oh,
maybe not for this time, but I am saying for future use you can use this.
yeah, I'll probably do that because I don't have something on SoundCloud or even on YouTube.
Well,
On
SoundCloud
Spotify.
is free.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's nice.
I mean, and then yeah. So if that's the case, though, Caleb, you're just gonna have to mute the bot.
Oh yeah, I already have it.
Okay. I was like, just for copyright stuff. I'm not gonna mute him because I don't care about my own stream anymore. Huh.
Makes sense.
Huh.
Yeah.
L.
Speaking of L, hold this one, Fred Boat.
Yeah. Take an L.
Alright, let me hurry and...
I have to go watch Mr. Turble. That view.
I gotta send this to Bobo because Bobo said he wanted a notification next time we were doing this.
Well, tell him to join my stream.
Tell him to join my stream.
You're not streaming.
You're not streaming.
I am.
You aren't streaming.
Refresh, my brother. Thank you. Thank you, security denied. That's a very sweet comment.
Yeah, he's cool.
He's very cool.
Probably my favorite content creator, if I do say so myself. Next to Mr. Fruit, of course.
Oh, dude, look at this. You ready, Caleb? Watch this. There you go. It's coming in.
Coming in hot.
Wow, my mods are so good. Dude, staying active in chat, bro. Yeah. Thanks, Mod Turbo.
He
You're
says
my
you will.
favorite pizza place.
So this week isn't the Tailspire week. Just for anyone, that'll be next week.
Is this one just Theater of the Mind then?
Yeah, I think so. For the most part, this one will mainly be Theater of the Mind. So yeah. Dante's got a toothbrush in his mouth. Gross.
Yeah, I feel
I gotta-
like Dante's always doing live stuff while we stream.
I have my
Bruh.
I have my mic set away from me because I don't want my stream to hear me chewing on French fries. So hopefully you guys can still hear me.
I can still hear you.
Doing okay? Okay. Go home and lay down. Touch me when you get home.
Somebody drunk.
Dude, I don't want to though.
A female.
Oh, is there a female?
There's a woman in the
Oh,
background.
you're
Oh, is
fine.
that Cameron?
I'm in boys.
Huh.
Do what you gotta do. Okay, we'll see you soon.
Bye.
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 Welcome.
Okay, Fredbot.
Fred Beout. Because his name is Fred Boat, but we renamed him to be Fred Beout.
As in
How
east of
can
the
you?
equator, Fred.
There's also me 6, but we renamed him Meout.
Meout.
Yeah.
Me
All right.
six is stupid.
Yeah, I'm gonna get
Me
rid of me 6. Me 6
Me
is time
six
is
is
numbered.
He's broken
He doesn't
in a
work.
bad way.
Fred Boat is literally just better me 6, so we're getting rid of me 6. But That'll be when
Yeah,
I
the
actually have
cookies.
energy and time to do that.
Yeah.
Doesn't take that much, but I don't have any at this moment. So.
E6 has been very
Also, I can't
dumb
hear you.
for a while.
So I don't have my
Yeah,
headset on.
the biggest
Bro, Cameron just showed up to my apartment. Freaking, she went to the dairy. And her arm was just covered in blood, and Kaden sent her to my place for me to take care of it.
She went where?
Cameron went to, I call it the dairy, but like she went to donate plasma.
Oh.
And she was like bleeding out, and Caden was like, go to Hunter's apartment. I'm like, I don't have gloves. I don't have anything. I can't deal with blood. So I'm like sitting there trying to instruct her how to like clean herself, and she's getting
Right.
blood all over my apartment. I'm like, oh, that was frustrating. But
Why wouldn't the plasma place
I
help?
was like, why didn't they just take care of it?
because they were closed, and so Caden told her to come to my place. I'm like, I don't care if you're closed. If you have people there, you need to rewrap her.
Wait, hold up. She got plasma. They kicked her out as she was bleeding.
No, she walked out of the building, and then it started bleeding because they didn't wrap it tight enough. And then instead of going back there, she freaked out, called Caden, and then Caden told her to come to my place. I'm someone who, like, yeah, I know how to deal with it because I've done it for a living, but I also do not have any equipment here. I don't have gloves. Like, blood is not shit you want to mess around with, and I just was not equipped to handle it.
It's true. There was one time when I was maintenance tech at that old apartment. The rule is if there's anything that even remotely looks or feels like it's blood, do not do it. It's a hazardous area now, and the authorities have to deal with it.
Yep.
I was a lifeguard for 2 years. I dealt with blood all the time.
So
Really?
you know exactly, like, you know you need to have the right equipment.
Yeah, like this kid freaking smashed his face at the bottom of the
Ooh.
pool.
That was
bleeding.
me. No, I'm just kidding.
Like got blood everywhere. And I'm just like sitting there like icing his nose, shoving stuff up it. And he's like, "Is it done?" And I'm like, "No." The cloth is dripping with blood.
It's
You're-
nowhere near done, buddy.
Yeah.
Anyways, look at my I did a Qui-Gon Jinn
Oh.
hairstyle.
Like it.
I don't sense anything.
I don't sense anything.
Are we starting?
No,
Oh.
Who are we waiting for?
me.
Yeah, we have a bubble.
We're waiting for me.
Oh,
Wait. I'm here.
Logan's here.
not
I know. I just saw that your camera was off, so I just pointed you as the person we were waiting for.
Gotcha.
All right. There it is. Oh, where'd it go?
Oh, there it goes.
There it is.
Oop, there it is.
Wrong. Wrong.
Incorrect. Share screen.
I keep pressing the wrong effing button. And I lost it again.
When you play Overwatch for so long and then switch to Destiny and forget how to play the game.
Real. That's so real, dude.
Yeah.
The one weekend that you, me, and Asa were playing Trials, and I was playing a bunch of Risk of Rain before that, and I was trying to run, but Risk of Rain's run button is control.
That's me trying to sprint in Overwatch after playing Destiny.
Dude, you should
And then
play,
I just use an ability and I'm like,
you should play freaking Soldier.
yeah, he just sprints around.
His shift is his sprint, so it's literally just
Yeah,
playing
I know.
Destiny.
Yeah. But then I just like, with his gun, I just want to ADS so bad.
That's also true. So
But
then you
that's
so
why
then
I
you go
like
to
Ash.
aim it and you just shoot a rocket.
Yeah, it's like, oh, dang it. That's why I play.
All right.
Ash.
But then I go to sprint and blast myself backwards.
So who wants to give us a recap from not a week ago, but 2 weeks ago?
All right, so I almost died 3 different times.
I almost
Mhm.
died saving him.
All right, we can. All right.
Give us a rundown.
Okay, so we
I
went to the
need you to
castle
do it
because the
with
king. We heard the king was like, "Oh my gosh, I hate the plant peeps, so I'm gonna go murder them." And we were like, "Wait, what?" Because the goblin Godsmeed told us that. So we just haul ass to this kingdom, back to Rindwald, and then we go into the kingdom and we're talking to guards, and the guards are like, "Yeah, the king's in the castle." And we go back and talk to the king, and Gideon's being kind of a dick. And he's like, no, the king says the plant people are bad, so I'm gonna do whatever the king says. Turns out the king's a fucking lich now, because the glasses, Archelaus's glasses, fused to his freaking face and turned him into a stupid idiot. And then Gideon almost killed us for trying to attack the king, but then he ended up defending us and saving us, and then the lich made the entire castle collapse, and then now we are in the process of splitting up. Me and Leif are going to the Botanica, while the other 3 are going into the town site to help evacuate the people.
Just Dante.
Oh,
Dante,
and I have an egg.
For the stream, will you describe who the other 3 are? Just their names.
Oh, right. We have fucking hold on.
He doesn't care. No, I'm kidding.
Campaign character sheets.
God damn it. We have Nelwyn Ribblewobble. Ribblewobble. And then we have Alrak, who's a fucking tiefling, and then the little dwarf Nelwyn Ribblewobble, and then Dravai, the fucking no, he's not. Are you Dragonborn? No, what the fuck are you?
He
No,
murdered
he's
a Dragonborn.
he
No,
put his foot through a Dragonborn.
Let
My
him figure it
bad.
out. Let Dante figure out what I am.
He put his
Alright.
foot through a Dragonborn, but he's a half orc.
There you go. Good job.
Also, you said Nelwyn was a dwarf.
He's
Also-
not a dwarf. He's a fucking midget.
He's a
No.
gnome.
Sorry, is midget problematic?
They're
Of course, that's
the correct term
problematic.
is small people.
Small people. I feel
Uh,
like that's worse. Little
It
people.
feels worse. Little people.
Below
That's
the
right.
national average height.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think the only things you for Gore was Gideon and Gotsmead both were crushed by the building along with the Lich as he brought down the castle, or the main keep area of the castle.
And then the Lich freaking rose up out of the rubble. It was like,
Right, that's the second thing. As you guys were exiting the city, the Lich was big dark in the sky, making
yeah,
big dark clouds.
literally
show
was
up.
witness.
He doesn't have a smoke head, dude. He has
Yeah,
smoke
but-
feet.
Oh,
And
it's just
smoke
like
mean.
it's just reverse. Instead of like smoke heads, it's just smoke feet.
Yeah, gross.
Everyone with a foot fetish.
I kind of like the witness all of a sudden.
The witness does give a new meaning to the word forehead. Like, bro just kind of goes
Infinihead.
He's just
Smokehead.
misunderstood.
He's
Yeah,
just
let's do
misunderstood.
shit.
So we're having. Where'd my pen go?
We are
There it is.
having what we like to call a long rest.
Long rest.
Not quite. No, so, oh dear. There's still drawings. Anyways, but, we've got Savian and, Leif, who are going back to, Botanica, and then we've got the rest of the party, Dravai, Alrak, and Nelwyn, going to,
Warn the people.
going to what was deemed the new town site of Rindwald, near the river, to warn people. And I think we had decided that it was about a day or so off put from, like, if you guys left to follow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be an extra day's journey.
Right. So with that, I want just one person from each group to roll a dice, just a d20, to figure, basically to
Caleb,
decide
you're not rolling.
where we're going to start.
13.
Logan,
13?
Do you want to roll or do you want me to roll, Logan?
I will. Give me just a sec.
Go for it.
Do not.
I
Behold
barred Caleb from rolling.
Yeah.
the dice drawer.
Oh, my in-person dice are over there.
Mine are right here. This is my dice sack, my nut sack.
Gross. Put that thing away on stream, dude.
You wanna know the funny thing? This is just a glasses bag. Like this is the bag that my glasses came in.
I have,
You can tell because I say Oakley on the side of them.
I have three. I have 3 bags.
I thought you had Oakley brand dice.
Yes, I do. Thank you for reminding me. You know, when you're such a high roller like I am, you're buying Oakley dice, you know, like name brand dice like these, you tend to forget.
Right.
So,
You
I
tend to
am.
forego.
look at these. These are all Oakleys. Oakley dice.
Very nice.
I'm gonna start rolling in person a little bit more. I want to roll in person a little bit more than I do. Alright, Coolant. What are we doing?
What?
What are we
so-
doing?
So, I need one more dice roll
From who?
From Mr.
From-
Dave.
from your guys' group.
No one rolled.
What did he get?
I
No
believe you
one
got a
rolled.
12.
I rolled a 12.
All right, so then we're going to start with Xavian and Lake. We're going to Botanica. So I think I had specified earlier that you guys are pretty proficient in the journey. So at least getting there and getting back between Rendwald and Botanica. So I'm not going to make you roll for every individual night, but I do want one survival roll for the entire thing.
You go for it, Ace.
Okay. Got a 9.
A 9,
Yeah.
right?
There's got to be one person in every group.
Hey, whoa, hey, you back
Very
off.
Hey, I'm one of those people.
All right, so with a 9, your guys' journey is pretty smooth. It could be better, but you guys are gonna need a singular level of exhaustion for that. If you know how to apply that on D&D Beyond.
Get exhausted.
Yeah, there's a conditions tab.
Is there really?
Yeah, it's next to like your AC. Just to the right of it, there's your conditions.
Oh, conditions, yeah.
And down at the very bottom is your
Is
level.
Josh level 1? Boom.
So what does that do?
It should explain on D&D Beyond what exactly it does. I think it just gives you disadvantage on saving.
Yeah, level, yeah. Disadvantage on ability checks for level 1. And then 2 is speed halved. 3 disadvantage.
Right.
Saving throws. 4 hit point maximum halved. Rip. 5 speed reduced to 0. Rip. 6
So you're dead.
death.
Dead.
6 is literally just you're died.
Your die.
Die.
All right. I'm gonna probably do this just every single time we're traveling, just to make sure we're all on the same page. But you guys don't have anything you'd like to talk about to each other as you're going, right? Or do you?
Oh wait, sorry, I'm not in that group. My fault.
I guess what's your plan when you do get there? Oh,
Go
my
to the
camera's
queen.
off. Just go straight to the queen and tell her kind of what's going on in
Everything
Rendwald.
that happened.
All right.
And remind me, who's in this group?
Me and Ace.
Leif and Xavian.
All right. Well, if that's the case, then I'm gonna go to the other guys to resolve their traveling. So you guys are not very familiar with this path, so I'd like you to all, like one of you to roll. Basically, I think I need 3 survival checks, or I think that's how long we had decided on. So
3
3
out
survival
of,
checks.
3 out of each of us, or just 3 amongst us?
Three amongst the group.
Okay, so we can each roll 1 then. Ooh, 21, baby.
21.
21.
All right.
Come on.
What is the roll?
I believe
Survival.
In you,
It's a survival check.
I believe in you, Caleb. I have nothing but faith in you.
I got
Alright, that's
12.
not horrible. That's not horrible. That's alright.
That's Caleb's nat 20.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's alright. We'll take that. We'll take that. I mean, yeah, technically speaking, Caleb, that's just as rare as a 20, so good job.
It's true.
To
To be fair.
be fair,
I got
that
it.
is...
Same.
What's
He's,
that?
What?
4? Is that what you said?
24.
24.
Hell yeah.
All right.
What's your modifier on that, Logan?
Plus 5.
Oh, nice.
My man.
So with that, you guys, without rolling below a 10, successfully make the journey without actually receiving any type of exhaustion or anything. Now, once you guys get there, I'm just going to kind of describe what you see. You're going to see a bunch of... basically, you're just going to see a bunch of... like foundations that haven't actually been built up yet, so there's just holes dug and just basically stone perimeters built, and you're going to see that probably about a third of the total guards that Rindwald had are there working with a lot of the people who are set up in tents outside of the kingdom. So it's up to you guys what you do next. You wanted to come here.
Remind me, what was
To-
we were warning them, right?
Yeah, to warn them that the king was the king was dead. And
Okay.
that
I'll kick it off then. Dravai's gonna at noticing the first whatever the closest tent is. Dravai's gonna walk up to whoever seems like they would be part of the military, and just say, "I need to speak to whoever's in charge here."
All right. You walk up to who Dravai would probably know as is captain of the city guard. His name is Archibald Caldor.
Do I know him like personally? Like, are we?
You don't know him personally, but you know who he
Past
is.
lovers.
Okay.
that one.
And what was it that you said again? That the king is dead? Is that all you said, or?
Yeah, I was just asking for whoever was in charge. So if it's him, I'm gonna walk up to him and say, "The king has been killed by a lich, and Gideon has ceased all notices of attack on the city of Botanica."
You see, he nods and he says, "Well, that's a drastic change in plans. The king was pretty fervent on completing the basic foundations, allowing others to build, and coming back for a fight. And then where is Gideon? Why did he not come himself to deliver this message?"
Gideon was crushed in the rubble of the castle as the lich brought it down, unfortunately.
You see, he kind of puts his head down in like an honorable remorse, and he says, "Very well then, I will tell the guards here that we are not to return to Rindwald." I'm assuming the lich is still there?
It's safe to assume so, yes.
All right.
as far as we know.
Can you see the clouds from there? The dark clouds?
I think if you guys look far off into the distance, you definitely see just kind of darkness around that area. So I think that's probably one of the reasons the city guard was like, "Oh, okay, I'm going to take your word for it."
Right.
Because it doesn't look good over there. Was there anything else you guys wanted to do here?
My character would say, we believe that Botanica will be a safe haven for the people, as the Lich has taken control over the city of Ridwald.
You see the King's Guard nods and says, "We'll see," or the city guard, he says, "We'll see what we can complete here, because we have all the resources here. to erect the beginnings of a new kingdom, and we'll see what we can do here before we go and burden those people.
And the problem of this lich is not going anywhere. Liches live forever. Do you know how we could kill them?
This guy kind of looks at you like kind of like this is the equivalent of the police chief. So he's like, no, I don't know how. This is definitely beyond me, and we'll need someone of either a higher arcane knowledge or just even a higher rank.
Is there anyone you know of that could give us information on this?
He thinks for a minute and he says, I think about the only people who might be able to give any insight into a lich is some of the members of the Senate in Rome. Or, not Rome.
Rome.
Pardon.
Rome.
In Arklon.
All
Which you
right.
guys, that's the Elvish capital. I'm pretty sure that's labeled on the map. So,
It's where
But
I'm
he's-
from.
Cringe.
he says, of course, as we all know, they do not allow non-Elvish people into the borders easily, especially if they do not have any papering.
All right. What are you going to do? How are you going to organize these people?
Well, I'm going to keep doing what I was doing before, which is preparing to build what would be the center city square, but we'll probably put the castle off for a little while.
I think
All
that's a wise decision. Godspeed.
Is there anything we can do to help?
For the time being, not really. We just have to continue setting up these basic foundations, and it will take time. So,
And the people are safe?
they're as safe here as they would have been anywhere else. There's not much other place for them to go.
All right. And I'll turn back to the rest of the crew. I guess then our path is clear. It's time to head back to Botanica.
And on we go.
All right.
Yeah.
So we're going to go to our good friends in Botanica. So I'm going to say about halfway through your journey before you arrive, you guys are just getting ready to rest for what would be your second stop, basically.
Okay.
And I want all three of you. What are your passive perceptions, actually?
16.
Not you.
You said all
I'm
three
sorry.
of you.
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh, I meant
I'm
you
a-
two. You
Oh,
guys
okay.
aren't there.
My passive perception is 10.
Okay. Mine
All right.
is 13.
All right. So
This is my petition to overthrow Coolin because he doesn't even know what he's saying anymore.
Attack him with words.
No, I like Coolin.
thank
Hey.
you.
Yeah, all actuality, we would be very lost without him.
It's like we wouldn't have. What?
Let me hurry and pull up the D&D Beyond. So I think, and you said yours was 10, right, Dante?
Yes.
So you guys look up and you see that the storm is almost forming kind of like a central mass around the kingdom, but tendrils are starting to spike out in several directions from the cloud. And one of them has passed you guys toward Botanica.
Oh no.
And yeah, this is about a day. This is about the second day into your journey. So there's one more day of travel left.
Are we sleeping or are we just running through the night?
Yeah, that's up to you guys at this point.
I think we need to get to Botanica. I don't think we have time to waste.
Okay.
All right.
We're gonna go.
This massive 7'4" Goliath. Okay.
Okay. Level of exhaustion 2.
You guys book it through the woods and make it to Botanica. And as you start getting close, you're hearing a lot of like noise, like something very destructive is occurring behind the walls. There's no guards at the walls, so you guys just push in, and you see that this black tendril of like cloud or smoke has hit into the center of the town and has spread shadowy tendrils throughout the town. And you see most of the citizens of Botanica are armed and actively fighting.
Fighting the smoke?
Fighting the smoke, which is literally, it's making like skeletal personages appear all over the kingdom.
Sus.
Sus indeed.
Sussy.
There's an imposter.
Do you want to fight our way to ourselves to the queen? Fight our way to the queen?
I think we need to get to the queen. Do you want to help the people, and I'll go to the queen?
Oh, okay, sure.
All right. So, at this point, you guys are about a day into your journey back to Botanica, which means you have 2 more days left in your journey before you even arrive there. So what I'm gonna have Xavian and Leif do is roll initiative as you're pushing through the kingdom.
And we haven't had any sort of rest since. So
I know.
rest in peace.
Fuck that one.
Oh, okay, I got a 16.
Hey, Dante, that's good. If there's any time to roll an at one, it's now.
With initiative.
Yeah, because you would much rather go last than nat one on something that would kill you.
Like me, for example.
Like our good friend Alarak. Nat oneing multiple times in a row.
Every
In a
single
row.
save imaginable.
Remember that one time that he almost got ripped in half because of his bad rolls?
Oh no, I did get ripped in half.
Yeah.
We had to save my other
true.
We
half
had to
Yeah.
grab the other half.
Yeah, that's true.
from a being that was literally immortal and could eradicate all of us with a foul swoop. But that's all right.
All right. So we're gonna start. So Leif, are you proceeding into the castle with Xavian, or are you gonna just stay back? Are you gonna listen to what he said or not? Basically.
Unless
Are
I
you
see
gonna help the
somebody
people or not?
like in trouble, I'll follow Xavion.
You see that just based on like what you're taking in as you walk in, there is not like everybody's in trouble. Everybody who's here is fighting literally smoke that is just choking out other people, and it very corporeally is killing people who are fighting it.
Then I'll
At this
join the
point, it looks kind of like they're kind of budding and they're not making any ground.
fight.
But
Right.
you know, so some of these warriors are smoke and don't tire, and some are people and will tire.
I'm going to
Uh,
try to like gather the people and try to make our way to the castle, because that
Alright.
like that'd probably be the best thing, just to get the people to the castle for safety.
Right. So I'll even to add on to that say that there is like a public outcry, like Snapdragonborn, which are typically the guards of the queen, are saying like, get out of the city streets, get
Mhm.
out of your houses. We need to get out of here, basically.
Right.
And you see that some of the smoke is taking other forms as well. It's taking forms of beasts and constructs that are just plowing through pieces of the buildings.
Mhm.
Or not even pieces, just whole buildings. It's definitely looking pretty grim. So what I want you to do is I want you to roll me a D10, and then we're gonna say whatever number you get on that, we're gonna multiply by 3, and then that's gonna be the amount of people pushing with you toward the castle.
So
basically.
I rolled an 8.
An 8. All right.
24.
It's pretty good.
So 24. So you've got 24 people pushing the castle with you. Let me hurry and do another roll.
That's solid, Asa.
Thank you.
Just don't think about the 6 people that are gonna die because you couldn't roll high enough.
Damn.
Little Tim.
No, Tiny Tim, please.
No, Dewey, no.
God bless us, everyone.
He's like a tiny little pumpkin because he's
Right.
a plant man.
Right. He has one stubby leg because that's the way he was born.
Yeah, he's lopsided.
I
Right.
just
And
think
that's
of Timmy from Happy Wheels.
All right, so we're going to start at the top of the order, which is Leaf. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you roll for your forces against the skeletal forces. So you're not going to roll an individual 24 times, but you're going to roll once to justify if your entire force is like landing an effective push
Okay.
against the smoke beast.
Whew.
I believe in you, Leif.
Okay.
So-
No pressure.
So this first roll,
That's a lot
because
of
of the
pressure.
amount of people you have and the amount of people they have, you're going to roll it at advantage. There's 24 of you and 13 of them.
Okay.
And I will say that if you fail too bad, portions of your forces will die. And I'll
Right.
specify that if it happens.
Cute.
So go ahead and you're just going to roll one grand attack, which you're going to add a +5 to on your d20.
Okay. So basically, roll 2d20s and then add a 5 to.
Yep. Two
Okay.
2d20s, take the higher roll, add a 5 to
Huh.
it.
2 16s. That means I get to roll again. No, just joking. So
So that's
21.
a 21.
Yeah.
All right. So that exceeds the group armor class.
Good.
And you guys are going to successfully push them back toward the castle. It doesn't exceed it enough to like kill a significant amount of them. So we're going to move on from this portion of the fight and go on to Xavian, who is pushing alone to the castle, and you have the seed with you, right?
Oh,
Correct.
good luck, Dan.
All right, so you are at the end of initiative, and when you're pushing, as you get up the main road, all these people are within 5 to 10 feet of you. There's going to be 4 smoke skeletons kind of trying to keep you from proceeding any further.
So
the
the
first
first
one,
day when we were coming back, because it wasn't until the second day we saw the smoke, did I get a long rest at all?
yes, all of you have a long
Oh,
rest
good.
at this point because you've
Woo,
slept
woo.
on your way for traveling. So
Do I
yeah.
recover my exhaustion too?
No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Mm-mm.
We slept.
No.
We ran through the night, so probably not.
Yeah, so you guys maintain your exhaustion.
Okay.
So that's just the ability scores, right? Like acrobatics, arcane, athletics.
Mm.
Okay.
So all right, so starting with that, we're gonna have, because all 4 of them rolled higher than you, they're gonna all roll to try and hit you right now. Whoop whoop whoop.
Roll to hit me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're rolling to hit you.
That was a lot of dice.
That was a
So
lot, guys.
does a 14 exceed your armor class?
Yes.
Does a 12 exceed your armor class?
12 is my armor class.
Okay, so it matches it, which means it hits. So you see 2 of them kind of they don't really push as far forward, but 2 more of them come up and they took a swipe at you and hit. I'm going to roll. If you guys have any moral quandary with this, I'm going to roll 1 dice to determine both of their damage.
Okay.
Since they roll the same dice for damage. So in total, you're going to take 6 points of damage. 7.
Okay.
Anyways,
6 points of damage.
6 points of damage,
Okay,
and then
how
it's
much
your
space
turn.
is between me and them? Like them and the castle?
So at this point, 2 of them. Oh, between you and the castle,
yeah.
probably about 120-ish feet.
Okay. So
And how
I'm
much
going
movement
to.
have you got?
I
what
have
is your-
30.
30. So it'd take. Okay.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use 1 sorcery point.
Mm-hmm.
2 sorcery points. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to use it for a quickened spell.
All right.
And I'm going to first I'm going to dash, so I'm going to get 60 feet out of that, and then I'm going to use Misty Step to teleport
Mhm.
another 30 feet.
All right. You feel as you cast this spell as if something is attempting to constrict the magic from you. You're able to cast it, but now, did this consume a spell slot or sorcery points to do Misty Step?
Both.
Okay, so if it's a first level spell, it's going to consume a second level spell slot to cast that spell.
What if it's a second level spell? Then does it consume a third?
It's going to consume a third.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, so us sorcerers are out of the game.
Does that leave a bad taste in your mouth, Logan?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Leif, you and I, man, we're gonna start slashing at everything. Let's go.
Oh, we are.
Sorcerers are out of the game.
All right, so then continuing on with that, you moved what in total 60 feet, so you're halfway to the castle.
I would have gone 60 with my dash and then 30 with my Misty Step, so I should be 90 feet closer.
Okay, so you're what's that put you? Only one
30
round
feet away.
left away from the castle doors.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say that once you do cast that spell, you feel this aura of this thing trying to constrict you from basically using any spell, right?
Yeah.
It's not completely stopping you, and you can tell that a lot of it is affecting just like the entire kingdom in general. Like the plants that were typically super regenerative, they're just not doing that anymore. We're gonna go back to Leaf at this point, who is going to, with his turn. So you're gonna roll first against this army to advance a little further.
Okay.
We're gonna say you're following behind Dante by about 50 feet.
Okay.
So you in total are about 170 feet away from the castle at this point.
Okay. All right. Cool. And how is he faring? What did you say? Is he getting wrecked?
Who's that?
Is
Me.
Hunter? Is he Hunter getting? Like...
I've only taken 7 hit points of damage,
Okay,
but
okay.
I only have 32 hit points, so I'm at 26 health.
Okay, not too bad. Okay, so you want me to do another
That could be worse.
D20?
Yeah.
2 D20s or just a D20?
Yeah. So at this point, hold up. That reminds me of the mechanic. Let me
Okay.
hurry and roll this additional dice.
Daily
What
mechanic
additional
reminder.
So basically, how this smoke army works is every round, as part of their action, they can summon more troops to them. So I'm just
great.
rolling how many troops got added onto their total, so it goes from 13 to 17 at this point.
What a load of garbage.
So, Asa, you better start pushing hard, otherwise you're gonna lose your advantage.
So what am I rolling?
It's still advantage for
Okay.
this.
If I rage, does that help at all?
That's magic.
Magic.
For like this entire cruise attack.
I guess.
I don't think your rage will personally affect it, but it'll affect you. So these guys get to attack, and then
Right.
you get to attack, and then they get to use an action. And so they've used their action at this point. So it's now the army's turn, and then your personal turn.
Okay. Okay, either way. I guess, yeah, I'll just roll. I got a 10, which isn't the
Oof.
best. But...
Plus 5. That was for
Oh.
the army,
Oh, okay. So then...
or was that for you? The army's technically first.
It's
Oh.
still their turn.
Okay, well, I rolled for the army, so 15, I guess.
Okay, and you did that at advantage, right?
Right.
Okay, so a 15. So a 15 holds a stalemate between you and the previous,
Right.
but you don't lose anybody for this.
Okay.
And now it's your personal turn.
Okay. So am I just going to roll like an attack roll?
You can roll an attack roll on the army. You can try a series. You can try anything really. Or not the army, but the smoke forces have a total hit point, so they can be killed and they have an AC.
Okay. I'm going to just... Yeah, I'll rage, and then I'll just do like 2 attacks.
Hmm.
That okay.
Mhm.
If that's okay.
Yep, by all means.
Perfect.
You can do
bonus action.
anything you want.
Yep,
You
this
can
is
do
this is your initiative turn.
You
Okay,
can
perfect.
lay on the ground and give up if you
And
want.
cry.
That is true.
All right.
That is cool.
2 million. Okay. Okay. Attack. Let's see. So the Cabbage Slayer. That's what I'm calling my axe. That
All right.
can wrap things in vines.
The
So I pull up the
cabbage.
yes. I pull up the Cabbage Slayer, and I don't know if light helps because these are smoke guys, evil. You know
Mhm.
how I turn it on with light.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
All right.
So once per long rest glows at as a light source.
Mhm.
So I'm just gonna do that. Kind of
All right.
rally people to
Right.
like follow
Definitely.
me.
Right. Go
then
ahead and
Huh.
roll me a quick charisma check with that, just as a
Oh, okay.
free.
Roll him a
Dang.
Riz check, dude.
Right.
Okay.
Riz. Give him the
Charisma
Riz.
check.
I wish I would get charisma checks.
Coolant, don't tell him whether or not it fails. Just tell him W Riz or L Riz.
I have a -1 to charisma, so I rolled a 15. 16
Hey.
-1.
W Riz.
Yeah, W
Uh,
Riz.
So,
W
so
Riz.
you see 3 people come in and join your forces,
Heck
which puts
yeah.
you at a total of 27 right now.
Perfect.
As you just ignite this light on your weapon. Okay, now go ahead and continue with your.
Okay. Yeah. It's attacking. So that's
Well, now,
one
sorry,
attack.
stream,
Oh, I
don't
have
know
to.
if-
I have
don't
to
know
roll
if
the
that's
damage
annoying or
first.
not.
Ignore those.
The hammer
I
cracking
have
us.
to roll to see if I hit. Okay,
stop.
so I got a 24 to hit
That
for my
hits.
first attack, and then
Yeah.
11 to hit for my second.
Okay, so the first one hits and the second one does not.
Perfect. So I do for my first attack. I
Mm-hmm.
do. Ooh, max damage 12 plus 3 equals 15, and actually, and it's plus 2 for my raging, so that's 17 damage, just
All
normal
right.
damage, and then divine fury adds
Bro just said,
max damage for divine fury.
All
So-
right.
Holy, bro just said modifiers
Damn.
on modifiers on modifiers.
So that puts you at 26 in total.
It does, yes.
All right. Let me.
Jeez.
I'm gonna rip through this guy.
You don't just rip through this guy. You rip through. Let me hurry and figure this. Yep. You literally rip through 3 of these smoke things with that.
That's like
Uh,
riot.
That reduces that.
the
Where'd
man
my
who throws
calculator-
90-mile-per-hour chairs. That's my man.
That's my man. My
Alright.
man.
What a good first session we had. Very
Honestly.
Leif is quite literally just the Beast Titan.
Literally.
Just taking a chair and just thung.
All right. Okay. So following the end of Leaf's turn, is that all you want to do with your turn? Is that all you can do with your
I
turn,
think
Rabbit?
that's pretty much all I can do.
All right. We're gonna go back to Xavian, who is
Okay.
going to again.
One day.
He's gonna have 4 guys that are gonna slice at him.
Please God help
uh,
me.
So a 14. Does that
Hit.
pass here? That hits. All right. So that's the only one that hits,
Massive.
and it does 7 damage.
Holy shit.
For only 4 people though, or for 4 people, only one of them hitting. You're doing all right.
Good. That's good.
I'll take what I can.
Just keep running.
It is now your turn after these kind of smoke things whiff.
I'm just gonna book it to the castle.
All right. So, and we had estimated 30, and that was all your movement. So you successfully make it into the castle. As you approach the castle, you see a large grouping of shielded and armed Snapdragonborn that are just defending the front gate from these smoke things, and they just let you slide beyond them. They
So they recognize who I
acknowledge-
am?
Yes, they well, maybe not you, but the seed. They recognize at the very least the seed and let you pass through beyond them.
Cool.
All right. So with that, we're gonna go back to Leaf, who's going to. These guys are just gonna straight up attack. All right. So you have 27 people, which would increase that. So the total. All right. So just to keep you on track, Asa, your forces right now, at 27 people, have an AC, a total AC of 19 and a total hit point value of 120.
Okay.
That's what your entire group has.
Okay.
So this army tries to push you guys back, but they don't successfully do this. At this point, you're about 140 feet away from the castle with these troops.
Okay.
Now it's your army's turn to make their action.
Okay. 2d20s?
2d20 still.
Let's push Bikini Bottom somewhere else.
So 24. Is the higher
24?
roll. Yeah. Yeah, I rolled a 19.
Was that okay? So 24, you're going to push them with that army. You're going to push them an additional 30 feet, which puts you at 110 from the castle, and you're going to kill. Okay, and then you're going to kill 4 of the smoke skeletons.
Cool.
And you see that their numbers have significantly decreased. It is now your personal turn.
Cool. I will attack twice again. So we'll roll not damage, silly goose. So that is 25 to hit,
Mm-hmm.
and then a 20 to hit.
All right, both of those hit.
Perfect.
Insane.
And then insane.
Huge.
First damage
Huge.
is 8 plus
Mhm.
Divine Fury, which makes it 8. So 16 damage for the first attack.
Holy crap.
16.
Oh man.
Actually, wait. I forgot to add the plus 2. 18 damage.
All right.
18 damage for the first attack. And then for the
All
second
right.
attack,
I wish my attacks did this.
a regular 11 damage.
All right.
Cool.
You watch as 5 of these guys poof disappear.
Heck yeah.
And then they're replaced by 10.
Nope, there is only 5 of these left. All right, and because Xavian is in, we're going to just resolve you pushing forward. So we're going to start at the top again, where these 5 are going to use their action to rally. And you see one smoke skeleton pops up.
Doable.
Just
That's
one
doable.
guy.
That dude, he's got guts, dude. He's like, he saw 5, no, actually 8 of them get just dissipated, and he's like, let me at him. I got him.
Man,
The Zealot
I
from Legacy of the
am
Void trailer.
Yeah.
All right. So with that, it's going to be your army's turn.
All right.
Roll well. You got this.
I got
Double D20 still.
Double
You're still
D20s.
rolling at advantage.
perfect.
Double D, double dot, double D, double dot.
Okay. So
What was that one?
15's the high roll, so 20.
All right. So with a 20, that gets him. Let me hurry and pull up the chart again. All right. So that's gonna kill. Oh, that's gonna kill 4 of them.
Damn. Ace is rolling high today.
So there's only 2 of them left
Yeah,
right now. It's now your personal turn, and you gain an additional 30 feet, which puts you at 80 feet from the
Okay,
castle.
cool. I mean,
Okay.
having advantage definitely helps.
Chugging
Yes.
Ace is not gonna have any issue doing this.
So, okay, action.
They're just gonna sneeze on the
Um,
last 2, and they're gonna.
I'm just
die.
gonna 25 to hit,
Yep.
Mhm.
and then 22 to hit.
Okay, both of those hit.
Yeah.
Let's roll damage.
Alright.
Making
First
this look easy,
damage.
Asa.
Gosh.
Is 12, but then plus Divine Fury.
Gosh.
Oh, where's my Divine Fury? There it is. Plus 7, so that's 19 damage.
All right.
Gosh.
And then second attack is a regular 10 damage.
All right. You swing your lit axe at these last 2 guys and just
Quite
poof,
lit.
and they dissipate.
Oof.
We're just gonna say
Spitting your Wheaties today.
with the final 80 feet, you guys push all the way to the castle where the
Cool.
guards kind of part and allow you guys to push in. But then you start to see that some of the smoke behind you guys, back to where you were, starts to form into more you're going to see just a bunch more skeletons and and then 2 larger armored skeletons that are
Ooh.
smoke paladins.
Cool.
And then you are in the castle. And once you both are in the castle, you see that there is a good number of people here who are just tending to wounded other people. There are women working. There are children that are huddled away to another side. There are wounded children throughout. There are wounded women. All kinds of nonsense here.
Mhm.
And the queen is actively healing, but she is covered in bark armor that looks like it's made from tree bark, basically.
That's cool.
I'm gonna run up and explain everything. Your Majesty, the king of Rindwald is gone. A lich has taken over him.
She looks around and says, "I can tell. I see they've laid siege on the kingdom anyway."
I see that.
She's like, yeah, thanks for the update.
Say.
She's like, thanks for the update. Give me my egg.
Queen, what
Give
can
me
I
my
do to
daughter
help?
back.
She says, you see, she considers asking you guys to stay and fight, but then she looks down and you are holding the seed. And she says, I think you guys need to get out of here and keep that safe.
Can we all skip it together? Like back door? I'm not there. I don't think.
You are there. You're
Am
there
I?
now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Like, do you have a back door or some place that the people can escape?
She says, my people will have their own stronghold and escape, but for you guys to get out of here, we can't all go running. I don't want this lich to get this seed.
Your Majesty, this is your daughter. I think you should come with us.
You see, she looks at her citizens, who are all wounded in the castle in this main throne room, and then she looks back at the seed, and she says, I don't think I have a choice.
I swear to you, I will protect the seed to my dying breath.
She nods, and then she kind of guides you guys away. She takes you guys into, like, this back tunnel between, like, the castle walls that leads just outside the main wall, probably about 50 feet to the east of the initial path. And then she says, this is the way out. This is going to get you back. Right, this is the way. March 1st, guys. March 1st, Mandalorian Season 3 comes out March 1st, Wednesdays from now.
Oh, nice.
So,
In case
just
you guys,
just a plug. Just a plug.
in case you guys want to know how to say "this is the way" in Tagalog, it's Ito ang daan.
In case I wanted
Ito ang
to
daan.
clear-
You know. All right.
This is the way.
Didn't we say that? Is the cabin on the way to the
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 cabin
kingdom?
is the
Yeah.
cabin is on the way. It's not right on the main path. It's off
Right.
it a little bit, but it is on the way.
Yeah, I think we kind of discussed maybe meeting at the cabin. I don't know, but
I kind
too late.
right. I kind of remember that as well, as saying that the cabin would be where you guys met up. But yeah,
just
you're at
run
a
back.
point where
let's just
I
run
mean-
back and meet.
I mean,
meet it.
the other 3 of the party are en route to Botanica,
Right.
and so like you guys will meet partway
Right.
through.
Perfect.
Is there anything you'd like to say to the queen before she kind of jets you away?
Queen, what do I need to know anything about your daughter? Is there anything, like, what, if something happens to you, what do I do?
What kind of food does she like? How do I feed
You like bird
Uh,
feed?
it?
She says, if my daughter is anything similar to me, she's going to be incredibly powerful, and it's very important that you instill good values in her, or else she could be used for something much more sinister.
Oh, good.
She says,
Sinister.
this though I want you guys far away, you can still help get rid of the lich. Don't troll face.
You said something sinister.
I can't DM if you're troll facing in the chat.
I'm gonna do it
Anyway.
again at some point. You won't know when.
Anyway, she says, you can still help with the defeat of the Lich. There's only one person alive currently who has ever faced a Lich before, and that is the Elvish Emperor of Ulm. He will know what needs to be done precisely to destroy this thing, and he might be able to give some help to actually find out where some of its phylacteries would be. You guys then hear a very raspy roar coming from the kingdom, and you see that a lot of the smoke has kind of formed itself into a draconic form that is just flapping above the kingdom at this point, looking down. You see the queen turns and she says, please see if the Arclonians will help, or the elves if they will help. Please send them as fast as possible. And then she's going to do the same thing she did last time, where she snaps her fingers and you see these foliage horses burst out of the ground. And they're just going to burst directly beneath you and throw you up on their backs. And they start taking off. The last thing you see before you disappear is in a puff of flower, basically, of flowery or flowers and foliage. The queen is going to launch straight into the air, straight toward the smoke dragon.
He's
Freaking
dope.
Titan lifts up there.
Take off, and you guys just take off into the woods.
I think
It's
I
like
love.
Foliage that the traveler shoots from its beam.
It's like red. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Traveler comes.
The egg floats into lower orbit out of fear.
And then
The witness
smoke-
touches it and it
yeah,
creams.
Yeah, no. Then the lich goes. It has nowhere left to run.
And then touches the egg and the egg creams all over.
And then I give the witness Trials of Osiris card and be like, I dare you.
And then Dravai and Saint 14 go off and get married and live happily forever.
It's got way off topic.
All right.
I feel like it's pretty on topic.
Saint is already with Osiris.
Osiris doesn't exist in this world. Please be realistic, okay?
That's when you guys approach a figure in the woods that says, "Hello, I'm Osiris." No, so
I am the Zavala before Zavala.
So you guys, about a day after traveling, you guys are gonna be coming up on these horses to the rest of your party that is halfway through the woods, basically.
What kind of horses are these?
Green
These are just
foliage
these are just green plant horses.
Dope.
Yeah, foliage.
Since we were riding on horses, do we have to rest before our level of exhaustion goes away, or?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, we're not
Need
resting.
a long rest.
Yeah, but we don't gain more exhaustion, right?
No, you don't. You're good.
Okay, perfect.
We're on horses now.
So yeah, you guys
Yeah.
convene in the middle of the woods. At this point, you three have both very obviously seen the tendrils of smoky cloud pulsating, just not directly toward Botanica, but in many different directions.
It's like an umbrella of darkness.
Yeah, it's let me hear. Actually, I actually have a specific count, and I since you guys aren't literal apes, I think you could count how many tendrils there are. So let
I
me
don't
hear you
know.
pull up the.
With how many nat ones I've rolled, I'm basically
All right,
an
all of
eight.
you roll
That's as high as he can
Okay.
count. That's as high as Alaric can count as to one.
Let's.
All
What are we-
right,
what are
let
we
me hear
rolling?
you- You're not rolling any. I said roll
what?
a math check. but
Oh,
there-
roll a math check.
There's a-
I heard Rolla and I was like, what?
Let me hurry and pull up the description.
Persuade religions.
That was dope.
We'll just do a history.
Your
check.
face is dope.
Hey, I rolled a dirty 20 for history.
You want to see what I
That's
get
how
on history?
big brain I am.
I got a 12.
12.
Okay.
I'm
Uh,
not smart.
There are in total 5 of these smoky tendrils coming out and going in various directions. One's going south, that's the Botanica one, or more southern than the others. And then the other 4 are kind of spreading out the opposite direction. Or the 4 others.
Yeah, the
sorry.
other 4.
So the queen told us that we needed to go to the Elven Kingdom to get help from the Emperor. Did
Okay.
you guys gain any information from the camp?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
They did say something very similar to that. Is that the only place that they knew of that we could get knowledge on defeating a lich is in Arklon. So
Perfect.
Unfortunately, I think I'm the only one of us. Getting into Arklon is difficult if you're not an elf. I was born there. I'm a half elf, so I can get in, but it's gonna take you guys mountains of paperwork to even get in.
Oh.
I think I need to go ahead.
Don't worry, I can get us in.
Nah,
I'll be good.
there ain't no walls that can keep me out.
No, don't worry, I can
Fine.
get us in.
I'll
I know the Duke.
I'll use my orcish charm.
Nobody cares.
All right, let's go and test our luck.
So
No, I can get us in, guys. I know
very
the Duke.
quickly. So
It's the Duke. I don't know
Or
the
what-
Duke, and I'm from
where's-
Arklon.
There's 3, or is it? There's 3 emperors.
there's a triumvirate.
Right.
Very, very, very similar to Rome. The Roman Empire. There's a triumvirate. They've got an emperor, and then they've got the emperor, which is called the Om Supreme, and then they've got the Omp and the Yolt. Right.
Right.
The
Yeah,
Omp
names.
is over magical and technological advancement, and the Yolt is over the paperwork, the
Right. That's who I know.
litigation, basically.
I know the Yolt.
Okay.
We go way
Uh,
back.
Well, at any rate,
In a
it's even
sense.
gonna. Let's. I don't know. We only have the 2 horses, right?
Yes, but
They dissolve
They're
once
magic
we get to the
horses.
forest.
they dissolve outside of the forest.
Darn. At least they can get us to the edge.
Yeah. Well, considering the
can
fact
go
we're
back
still
to
2 days
the-
out,
Is the town on the way in that general direction to Ohm?
No.
Which town?
The citizen town.
Hey,
Oh,
crazy thing, Caleb.
Rinwald.
You have a
New
map.
Rinwald.
Excuse me for a minute.
Whose
My
has dogs that are
going
dying?
nuts.
That's cool.
Huh.
ones.
Ooh woo, ooh woo.
Did you
Ooh
just
woo?
say ooh woo?
Yeah.
It was
Ain't no way you just said ooh woo.
This was me riding my horse.
Yeah, it freaking gave me a heart attack. The worst part was like I was over here dying and I like peeked through my hand and I just see Caleb go. Oh my days. Hey guys, while we're in Arklon,
Arklon.
hints about my mother are in the Vector Cag ruins, just saying.
And
I also
Yeah.
need to go to the mountains while we're here.
Even
and
though
speak to Golden Dragon.
the Vector Cag ruins are like on the opposite side of Arklon from Ohm, but
Xavier, I need to go talk to a dragon while we're in the mountains. No
I
big deal.
do. It's a pressing matter.
I have nothing other than research to do in any town I go in.
yeah.
To learn more demonic things, as usual.
Yes, because those always work out
Demonic
well.
check? That's a nat one, actually. Not even lying.
I rolled a 5. Let me roll my in-person. 7.
And then that's a 2.
19. Good.
If we keep going at this rate, eventually you'll get a 3.
Hey, I rolled a nat 20, so we're good.
I'm
We're
legit
good.
going up by 1 each time. Okay, there we go. Now it's broken. It went I went 1, then 2, then 3, and then to 16. So like
Wow,
16.
so imagine being not good.
That's it.
Anyways, I want to pick up some cool elvish armor
Yeah.
so I can up my AC a little bit. So I
I-
don't have the lowest AC out of everyone.
I want to keep my Rindwald armor. I just want to get it slotted.
Rep the lich. Down. That's cool.
It's my hometown.
Yeah, man. Also, what's everyone's AC?
16.
Well,
Cool.
18.
Is there any way? Because I can't wear armor. Is there any way to get my AC up?
Just
Cool.
get some custom-made armor.
Grow
Wait, what
some
class
thicker
are you?
Skin, bruh.
He's a
Barbarian?
freaking barbarian Goliath.
I mean, I
Barbarians can't wear- Goliaths can't wear. Oh, barbarian. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Barbarians can't wear armor.
Yeah.
That's why
I
I,
mean,
went
I can-
fighter.
I have to upgrade my my stats to get better armor, which I will.
What's
It's
your
just gonna take
AC?
time.
Nerwin.
16.
Oh, good,
Insane.
good. I have the lowest AC.
What's yours, Caleb? 3?
11.
Oh, so 3.
11. That's brutal.
But I have higher HP than Xavier.
I think it's funny because I have the highest AC and I have, I think, the second highest HP.
Oh yeah. Well, you're like one behind me.
Yeah. My character's a tank, bro. Thomas the Tank Engine.
I'm just a healer.
Yeah, no, that's why legit
Glass cannon
the lack
healer.
of heal or the lack of health you have and the lack of AC you have are the reasons that I my character is built the way he is. I was planning on playing my character like up in front with Asa, and then I was like, Asa's got up front covered. Caleb's almost died 18 times. I need to just stick by Caleb
know
and make sure he
how.
doesn't die.
Like, I'm like all the way in the back, and then freaking someone lobs something, and it only hit me. Well, then again, I've almost killed myself every single time.
yeah. That's why.
Except
That's
for
why.
this freaking building crashing on me.
Yeah.
I just couldn't save my own life.
You still owe me a healing potion for that.
I guess. No, my healing
Welcome
potion
back,
was
Coolant.
lost. It was taken from me.
Well, I used it on you, Caleb.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
While I was.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I used mine on you as well.
Yeah, it's fine.
He's like, it's fine. You're muted.
You're muted.
Point and laugh. Point and laugh.
That
Where
was
were
funny.
I
Talking
said
to
hello
Archon?
and you said hello. Welcome back, Logan. I said thank you. That I realize I'm muted now, but or I was anyways. So let's take a peek at this map, and we're gonna figure what direction you guys want to go.
Okay.
Do you want to share your screen? So I can
Yes,
I-
I can share my.
I don't
Yeah.
want to pull it up.
Oh, dude, this is so annoying. I have to share my screen.
You're the DM.
What the frick, dude? So
Okay.
here's the map.
Yep.
This is where you guys are. Is in here, right? You're about here. You guys need to get here if you want to speak with the Emperor. Do you see my cursor?
Yeah.
Yep.
So whatever way you want to go, this will be a tougher journey, the straight across. If you bounce from like kingdom to kingdom, it'll be easier, and you'll be less likely to get exhaustion along the way, less encounters.
My
Yeah,
vote,
it'll be.
my personal vote, is to bounce kingdom to kingdom, because I think if we go to Corpse Coral, this is just character stuff. If we go there, I can probably learn some stuff about Vector Cag ruins and all that. And I think Corpse Coral is technically the last place that my mother was when she left. So
Hey, if that's your goal,
Maybe we
I
should
will
split up because I think we need to haul ass because there's a lich literally destroying a kingdom.
I don't want to run.
they're
through
fine.
it, though.
They're fine.
I don't
I
want to.
don't
run
want to split.
through
How
either.
much longer would it be if we went city to city?
So if you went from like Rendwald to Corpse Coral to Olirith to Ohm, it's gonna take a lot more time. Because just this distance here is probably about equal from Rendwald to Ohm. I've got a scale right here. Let me hurry and measure.
Wait, well then, so if it's the same from there to Corpse and same to Ohm, then why would we get exhaustion going to Ohm first?
See,
and not
that
to
was
Corpse.
because you could go from Rendwald to Garthram and then to Ohm.
Oh, I
which
see.
Which would be a little different. But going from Rindwald to Corpse Coral, that's definitely a bigger stretch.
Yeah, let's go the shorter. Sorry, Chase.
No, you're good. I didn't see
or-
Garthram up there.
We
Okay.
Or
could
you can
split
go
up.
straight through.
I don't want to split up.
Yeah, no, we're not gonna split up.
I would rather not, especially.
My mom
Okay.
can wait, bro.
Okay, then let's haul
There's-
ass.
There is also an encampment that some of you would know about. Okay, yeah. That is in between Rindwald. It's closer to Vector Cag, just on the other side of the border in Arklon. From Rindwald to there's like a little encampment of historians, basically, that go into Vector Cag. So, if that, like, basically it's 6s to go from Rindwald to Vector Cag, to that encampment to Corpse Coral, and then up into Illyrith and Ohm, versus going Rindwald, Garthram, Ohm. It's really up to you guys. Granted, the one through Corpse Coral is going to take longer.
Let's go the quicker one.
Let's do the quicker.
I'm down. Quicker is better.
Agree.
All
We
right.
got a lich laying waste.
Got a lich wrecking some stuff up, huh?
Indeed.
All right. So you guys are going to continue your journey through the woods, which I'm not going to make you roll for.
Okay.
Once
Can
you
we all
get
pile
out-
on the horses?
No.
Aw.
There's basically the horses at this point aren't very. There's only 2 of them. So
Okay.
and they're
They're
just
magic
standard
horses.
horse size. They are magic horses. But they're not
Good job,
Oh,
Asa. They
powerful.
are magic.
They are.
Normal horses aren't made out of plants.
But yeah.
What
So
an idiot.
so I'm not gonna make you guys roll to traverse through the woods anymore. But once you get out of the woods
Efficient.
and the rest of the way to Garthram, you guys are gonna have to roll. Let me hurry and get the.
I'm
the
gonna have
list.
to roll luck checks.
You're gonna have to roll for each day,
Okay.
which is.
I
going
did
to
first
be-
roll.
Which is
Okay.
going to be 5 rolls.
I'm so bad.
So each of us are making 5 rolls, or
Yeah.
No, one.
one
Not
per?
each of you 5 rolls. It's 1 roll per.
Okay.
And then I guess the other question is: Are you guys going to try and go around the mountain or through the mountain pass?
Through.
Is that the mountain pass where the golden dragon dude is?
Golden Dragon, dude.
Remember, you gave me a backstory about my
If we're
dad.
if we're not going around for my thing, we're not going around for your thing. We can't make
I'm
time
just,
for.
if it's quicker to go through the mountains and we just so happen to run into
No.
a golden dragon,
Yeah,
I'm
but-
just throwing it out there.
But if we
Well,
do run into a golden
we
dragon, we
are-
have to ignore him.
Well, what if we're like, hey,
yo?
yo, golden dragon, there's a
That's alright.
fucking lich, come eat him.
Cool and
Guys
fun
done?
to
Oops.
explain.
Ready?
Yeah.
See your home right here, Dante?
Yes.
These are the mountains that would be in.
Oh, okay. So it's a little out of the way.
Yes.
Okay. Yep. Let's just go then. Let's haul ass.
Yeah, so you guys can
Around or
choose
through?
either to go around the mountain and up the river or through the mountain pass.
What's quicker?
They're about 6s. It's just a choice.
Oh.
Let's go around.
Mountain
then.
pass.
Mountain pass.
Oh.
Okay, never mind. Mountain pass.
What's,
All right.
what's safer?
Mountain pass.
Mountain pass.
Yeah. Perfect.
All right, let me hurry and write. Through mountain pass to Garthram.
Dig a tunnel, dig a tunnel.
I will not dig a tunnel.
Sorry about that.
Dig a
One sec.
tunnel.
I accidentally switched to my MacBook. One sec.
How much
I
money
need to get a better camera. Dude.
How do you accidentally
phone's
switch
so
to your
annoying.
MacBook?
Wait, he accidentally switched.
Yeah.
To the Mac?
How do you accidentally switch to your MacBook, Dan?
On Discord on my MacBook, I was hoping I could like watch the stream but keep my voice channel and webcam here, but then like see the map on my MacBook. So I'm not
done that
like I don't
before.
have D&D on board and everything all pulled up.
It's annoying that you can't.
Well, if you have a
Second monitor.
well, no, that's what I'm saying. Is if you plug your monitor into your it's a
I can't do that with the
so
MacBook.
yeah, there's your issue. Don't buy a MacBook.
L MacBook.
L Dant book, bro.
For real.
So we're just going?
Uh, We're gonna wait for Logan.
Okay. Can we, if we have the horses carry our gear, can we run faster?
Through the woods, sure.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
You back, Logan?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, I need 5. I need.
I rolled a
5.
9.
You rolled a 9.
5 d20s? Or is it a specific roll?
It's a d20s.
I got a 16.
15.
10.
8.
Wow.
Thanks, Caleb. Keeping it consistent.
Keeping it consistent.
And then
Keep it real.
a 10, Leif, and
Mhm.
Alrak got.
Why'd you have to say it like that?
Oh boy, Alrak rolled the high number on 8. We're winning,
That's
boys.
better.
We're
That's
winning.
better.
I feel like that's worse, actually.
Am I a pretty
If Caleb rolls a nat
girl?
20, then we better be prepared for the worst to happen.
We're the best.
No,
No.
it's gonna be the worst.
The day-
Caleb will roll. He'll roll a nat 20 on a roll you need to roll low.
Right.
Yeah.
So
The day that Caleb rolls 2 nat 20s on damage and insta kills somebody,
It's
I
gonna be
will-
myself.
Get ready for the end of the
I
roll.
will
It'll break the wall.
I will throw you a party, Caleb. I will drive up there and throw you a party.
Cool.
that's gonna be campaign 6 in 5 years.
Yeah.
That's when that's gonna be. We're saying 2 nat 20s in a row.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
think with my luck, what if I get
Right.
4 nat 1s in a row?
I think your character just dies at that point. I don't think there's much else we can do.
I feel like I just become like a demon at that point.
Right, you just lose your mind and you're a snarling animal, basically.
Never
So-
fate's worse
I
than death,
kinda
like getting your
yeah.
soul ripped in half and getting half of it shoved into the ethereal plane of
Hey.
9 circles of hell.
So
You know-
on the first night, I need you guys to choose a watch for the night. I need you guys.
I got
to
first
choose
watch.
a
Second.
I have third.
I have
Elwin,
4th? I was waiting.
provide 2.
I was like, I cannot go before anyone else. I have to be last.
I don't think there is a
Alright, so
fifth
that'll,
Because if
that'll
I go
cover the whole
before-
night.
No one's getting sleep because something bad is gonna happen.
And so the
Fair
first night, you guys are resting somewhere between the ruins and the forest at this point.
Hmm.
So
that's pretty close to the Lich, still, isn't it?
it is still pretty close to the Lich, but I mean, we're talking. Let me pull up the scale.
Miles, yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about 100 miles.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe just a little less from the actual site of Rindwald. All right, so Nelwyn, it's your first. Is this your first like night watch with the entire group?
I
think
think
it is.
so.
Yeah.
It's your first watch.
It
All
is.
right.
Prepare for the worst.
So, Nelwyn, I want you to just roll me a perception check, just a raw perception check.
Demon rat.
Dog it.
I will
All
Even
right.
right.
bunnies.
What if the demon
Uh,
rat and the lich are connected?
12.
12. So you go through the night. Definitely kind of a strange area, as I'm aware. Nelwyn has never really been this direction, right?
Correct.
So this is definitely kind of different to what he's used to, at the very least. But you go throughout the night pretty well, without any troubles. Next watch is going to be Dravai. Again, you guys have the opportunity to communicate with each other before one of you goes to bed for the night watch. Anytime in here that you're not sleeping, you guys can talk to each other. So, just gonna
So-
put that out there.
Dravai has the next watch.
Dravai has the next watch, so you
True.
and him will cross paths for a second.
Dravai, it's your turn to wake up.
Understood. I don't really want to, but I'll do it.
Good man. It's always good to do your responsibilities.
You have any problems during your watch?
None. None whatsoever.
All right.
But
All right.
Makes for
I'm
a good and
wondering.
easy one for me.
I'm wondering,
Yeah.
what are you doing here with this group? What are your goals?
I don't know. It all just kind of happened really quick. I guess my
through a dragon.
yeah.
And we were
Uh,
friends.
I've lived my entire life in Rindwald. I've never left those castle walls, and my dad died when I was young. Never met my mom really. And I just recently found out that she might be out there. So, obviously, we have bigger things to worry about right now, bigger issues. But if traveling the world might give me some closure on who that is, then I'm all for it.
Aye.
I'm trying to wrap my head
And
around
now
the
I
fact
know
that-
you've got some skin in the game. Your home is at stake.
Mm-hmm. And why are
And
you
you-
out
what-
here? What are you
You
doing?
mentioned that, pardon me, earlier, you mentioned that you wanted to go east instead of north.
Mm.
Why?
Well, I heard that down in the corpse coral. I don't know how long ago it was, but that was the last place that my mom was seen before she departed. So I figured if it were about the same time between here and here in Ohm, if going towards the east instead of going north, then maybe I could, as we were passing through, dig up some information on that. But it wasn't the smart thing to do. So of course we have to go north in order to, in a timely manner, stop the Lich. So
Aye. And how long has she been gone?
longer than I can remember. She left well before I could actually remember her face. It's been a while.
Aye, that has been a while. All right. Well,
And,
how old are you?
I'm how old am I? I think I'm 20.
20?
Yeah,
You're a baby.
I'm a baby.
Why-
My
I am
character is a baby.
literally like 16 times as old as you are.
Yeah, no, my character is like the whole thing that he's supposed to be is he's supposed to be he is
A
supposed
bad A warrior.
yeah, well no, he's supposed to be like a very hot-headed where is my freaking document? Did I send it in here? But yeah, the whole thing is that he's supposed to be a hot-blooded, like, doesn't really know much young kid that just gets himself into issues. So
All right.
that's why a lot of
like
the
you.
times, yeah, that's why a lot of the times he'll just start punching people.
All right.
Let me see here. My character is 20.
Sweet.
Okay, so yeah. No, and if you don't mind me asking, your kingdom is like your home is in Botanica, right? That's where you live.
In point of fact, no. My home is in the cliffs of Sherzoth
So
in the deep south.
So, what brought you all the way up here, all the way up north to near Rindwald, if you don't mind my asking?
Well, it's a bit of a sad story, really. And it has to do with this coin right here. And he pulls out a coin, and it has the same kind of ethereal glow that you noticed when we were fighting, and I took the little soul shard from one of the dudes,
Mm-hmm.
right?
That was from Keratin, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Carrot man.
Carrot Man.
And basically, this coin has a burned out center with a little floating light glowing in the center of the coin. Only this coin is a little bit brighter than that one, and I'll hold it a little more tenderly than I held Keratin's coin. And I'll say, this was the first time I ever took someone's soul. At least a little piece of it. This is a piece of my daughter's heart. She passed. Not too long ago, actually. And this coin was an accident. I didn't know what I was doing. I truly still don't know what happened. I'm trying to figure out how I might be able to reconnect with her for one last time.
I'm truly,
like-
I'm truly sorry to hear that. That sounds like a very tough situation to go through. Do you have any leads so far as to what you think might be able to bring her back?
Well, I did, but now I'm not sure. He'll launch off in a very heavily. He's a terrible storyteller, and he will like go through like tangent after tangent in a very long roundabout way, talking about his childhood and his profession and his home and how gnomes are very secluded. Lots of tangents. And Nelwyn will finally, after telling his entire life story, taking most of your watch, get around to telling you that there was a man there with his daughter when she died, a dragonborn who was a personal friend of the Queen of Botanica. And this dragonborn said that if anybody were able to help me learn about what this ability is, it would be the Queen in Botanica. But now that the Queen is kind of sending us all over the place,
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
Well, I must admit, as someone who's looking for a family member, although albeit an inverse of the story you're sharing with me, I would like to help you in any way I can to hopefully reunite you with your daughter. And once again, I am truly, truly sorry that happened to you.
Why? Well, good night.
Right. Right.
All right. So how much more time do I have in my watch, Coolant?
Enough to roll me a perception check.
Okay. I was wondering. I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of hoping that the Nelwyn story would mean I didn't have to roll perception, but that's okay. It was this close to a nat 20. This close. It's a 2, which means it's an 8.
All right. Let me pull up the sheet again.
You don't have to pull up the sheet if you don't want to. Like, I'm fine without the sheet.
Oh, you're dead, dude.
No. All right, time to make my new character.
Insta kill.
No. So, you go your watch, without any problem.
Oh, okay.
Most of your watch was
Use
taken
my
up
turn.
by. Most of your watch was taken up by Nelwyn's story,
Mhm.
but the very end of your watch seemed to go pretty well.
Can I
You were a little paranoid.
perchance? I know I don't got a lot of time, but can I, after perception, just like for the last bit of my watch, can I build my bond with Ratland a little bit more?
Yeah, go ahead.
Ratland.
roll
Hey,
me
so
an
you
animal-
promised.
Roll me an animal handling.
Animal
Promise.
handling.
You know exactly what.
That
I'm
one's a
talking
nat 20.
Okay, all right.
I think as far as you're concerned with your bond with Ratland, it's about as strong as it's gonna get, and you don't need to enhance it anymore.
But can I like teach him tricks?
What do you want to teach this rat to do?
I want to teach him to. No, listen, guys. This is gonna have use in the future. All right, believe me. I want
teach
to.
him fetch.
Yeah, pretty much. I want to teach him to. I want to give him like a scrap of paper or something, and I want to like as I call out one of these guys' names, I want the rat to take the piece of paper to them.
All right. So you're basically trying to teach this rat who your party members are
Yes.
by name.
Yes.
I'm gonna say because you rolled a nat 20, the rat by the end of the night knows who your party members are.
Yeah, that's right. That's right, boy.
Now we're all friends.
Yeah, dude. Now listen, it's gonna come to it when me and my rat are thrown in jail, and I need Leif to come rip the bars open, and I scribble a little thing on a piece of paper, and I go, Leif, and then he scurries out of there and gives it to Leif, and then Leif goes, "Rah!" You know what I mean?
Sure,
Don't worry,
sure.
guys. It'll happen. It'll happen exactly like that. And if it doesn't, I'm
After I
never
turn
playing
out all the
D&D
lights
ever
and
again.
Control flame for the first time.
Anywho,
All right. I think with that, we're gonna go on to Xavian.
okay, I'm gonna walk over to Xavian, just kick him in the side, and go, "It's your watch. I'm exhausted," and then just
Right.
like crash right next to him.
Roll an attack.
Yes.
No, I'm kidding.
Fuck.
No, I'm doing it. It's
That
a
does
10,
not
which
hit.
almost would have hit him. Is the funny thing. I know.
Whiffs him with
You go
his
to kick
body.
and you fall.
Eat shit.
I go to kick him, and like I like my foot
he
somehow
wakes
stops
up.
right before his side, and I trip over him.
And then he wakes up and is like, oh.
All right.
And-
I
Okay.
think.
Yeah,
I
continue.
think. All right. So Xavian, you wake up. Go ahead and roll me a perception check on your nappy nap.
11.
I'm
An
gonna
11.
freaking
Mhm.
see an owl bear.
So you roll. You roll an 11. So basically, your watch actually goes pretty smooth as well. All of you are my mind. I read the document and then I close it to explain what I read, and then I have to go back and read it again.
Just keep
tired.
it open.
I'm gonna. Yeah, I just.
I'm
I
listening,
should-
but I'm urinating while I do it.
Okay, great. Thanks for
Thanks for telling
telling
me.
us.
Thought your stream might want to know.
That
By the
is-
way, Dante, if I
Hmm.
had rolled attack on you another time with my sword, it would have been max damage. Just so you know.
Good to know.
All right. Yeah. So your watch actually goes really smooth, and you don't see anything.
Cool.
That's gonna be the end of your watch, and it's gonna be Leaf's turn.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Leif.
Perfect. So,
When I wake him up, I just want to talk to him and be like, "So what are you thinking?"
just to clear it up, I didn't know my backstory well enough, so I talked to Coolin. So I didn't know the Yolt. Like I knew somebody that knew the Yolt, and I talked to him. So apparently, I don't know who I was talking to, but cool. So I told him I think that it'll work out that we can get into the Arclon, whether we have to sneak in or not. But that we should try to see the Emperor as soon as possible. How has the egg been holding up since we've been traveling north?
Have I noticed anything different about the egg Kool-Aid?
You notice that it's not giving off as much of like a safety thing. It's kind of been knolled down a bit.
I can definitely sense that since we've left the forest, it's not as strong or it's different than it used to be,
Mhm.
but it's holding up as far as I can tell. No emotional distress, so
Okay, good. I'm glad to hear it.
Same.
I'm worried about what's coming, but I'm glad that we're all together.
Same. Good night, Leif.
Hey, good night. Okay,
All right. Leif, want
perfect.
to roll me a perception check for your
I-
watch?
would
Please
love
be an
to.
owl bear before I have to.
Okay, I rolled a 6. Bring on the owlbear.
So your watch actually goes just fine. You don't notice anything.
Oh gosh,
You
that's
just
not good. That's not good.
Go around, and then I think for the whatever's left of the night is Alrak.
All right. Good luck.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
PTSD from
Oh,
every night watch.
yeah. Cool. All right, I'm done.
All right. So Alrak, on your watch, same song and dance, perception.
30-22.
Nice.
It's exactly what Cullen said, dude. You rolled a good one on the one that you don't want. Like, I think ignorance is bliss in this moment, and I think you don't get that bliss. So good luck.
So Alrak, as you're kind of you're stoking the fire, you're just trying to maintain a level of comfort with your camp. You see, this is kind of a flatter area. Really, all that you can see is stuff that is very.
Vision. I can see so.
You can see 30 feet away, perfect. But in the far, far distance, you see what looks like two very tiny dots that are reflecting the moonlight in your direction.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Keep my eyes
talking,
on
this thing's like maybe 2 or 3 football fields away from your guys'
I'm
I'm
just
sleeping.
gonna keep my eyes on it.
Good. I'm sleeping
right.
soundly. I saw nothing.
I'm just
Uh,
locked on.
Alarak is shaking in his boots.
Must have made big boots.
Time goes on, and you keep your eyes on those 2 dots in the distance, and they don't move, they don't go away, nothing. As you see, you can't really see what's that far away, but very close to when the sun hasn't even put any light above the mountain yet. But you know, based on just how long you've been awake, that it's getting there. Right before any light actually protrudes through, they go away. And then as the light comes up, you don't see anything there at all.
I kind of feel like you maybe should have gone and investigated it.
No.
Even though it
No.
probably would have bit your head off.
No,
but-
no. That's my point. Caleb can't survive an encounter like that. It's best that he sits there and does absolutely nothing.
I'm playing it safe for a little bit. I make
It's just
all the
future
risky
reference.
moves.
I do great investigative work. I am quite sneaky.
It's just my owl
Right.
staring at him. Oh,
Just the owl that's made one appearance to run away.
Hey, so why didn't you train your owl, bro? We can be pet handlers,
he's
bro.
already trained.
Yeah, Aces is a full familiar. It just does what he wants.
Never mind then. All right, my rat's lame.
Yeah.
and his
Your-
owl
and,
fly.
and
The
your
rat
rat can
much.
die.
And you're-
My rat will
So-
never die. I will kill all of you before my rat dies.
You'll die before the rat dies.
Yes.
Me while Survive sleeping.
That can be
instant
arranged.
wounds, level 3 spell.
So you guys have gotten a long rest at this point. So I think the only person who suffered anything was Xavier. He's going to get his spell slot back and his HP.
Well, yeah, and our exhaustion goes away.
And your exhaustion goes away.
Or as Big Boy P likes to say, his H pizzle.
Right. And we go on to the second night. The second, third, and fourth night, you guys don't actually need to keep watch or anything. You find little, just little divots in the valley that you can camp in, little outcroppings of tree on hills that you're able to camp in, which keeps you pretty defended. But on the last night, you guys are going to be, or on the last day, you guys are going to be crossing the mountain pass. And the final night takes place in the center of the mountains. Let me hurry and pull up the map again.
So are there big walls on either side of us? Or are we
In
above
the mountain?
Yeah,
You guys are pretty. The mountain pass doesn't go through a valley. It goes up and over one of them.
Oh, okay.
Like the
As you get nearer to the top, there's a little bit of snow, It's about springtime right now, so there's just a little bit of snow left on the ground, but it's not at all a significant amount that would merit like you guys freezing to death in the night.
Caleb, I think you and I are the only ones who actually know what the North Ogden Pass look like.
If you guys need to snuggle with me, I'm warm.
I choose to snuggle with Leif.
Yay!
I am literally made of fire.
That works too.
All right.
Just the two big fighters just spooning.
I just wake up and look over. I was like, what the
I'm gonna look over at Alaric and be like, "You want in on this?"
all I feel is just the ground shaking. I wake up and all I see is
God.
like
So descriptive. Oh my gosh.
Alrak just
freaking rock
leaves.
slide.
Clash of the Titans.
Alrak just walks off into the mountains.
Never to be seen again.
He
said the lich wasn't as bad as
And
this
then
was.
I come back with an army of ghosts like freaking Eric.
And due to our number roll for this night, you guys, so we're gonna have to do watch again, and we're gonna have to. Do you want to keep the same order or a different order?
I think same order's fine.
All right.
Caleb,
What is it, Alvarez?
Caleb
What is
doesn't
it?
think same order. Caleb, do you want to switch with me?
No, it's fine. I'll rather take the last one because that means there's more chances to experience things before I have to experience
That's fair.
by
All right.
myself.
So with that, we're gonna start the first watch at Nelwyn, and you're gonna just roll me a perception check.
All right.
Even though you literally were the only one who experienced something last time.
Well, here's another question. Have you guys had any have you guys talked amongst each other about like what you're gonna do when you make it to Ohm, like in the last couple of days, or like did Alrak tell anybody what he saw the night before?
I brought it up.
Okay.
I brought up
You
that I
brought
saw
it up.
two eyeball-looking things in the distance, and then they went away by morning.
So I am specifically going to keep an eye open for those eyes.
All right. And then before we have you do your roll, which we're not going to do a perception check on, we're going to do something else. What's your guys' plan when you actually make it to Ohm? Like, what are you guys hoping? Like, what's your plan to
We
get
just need to
in?
take it straight to the Emperor.
Yeah, well, so to answer that question, Coolin, is that I think we know that Xavian's going to be able to get in without issue. The rest of us are going to have to just figure out
Smuggle our way
paperwork.
through Leif.
Yeah. I
Leif's
think
contact.
I think I'm gonna because I'm not very dexterous. I'm not very stealthy, especially with my chainmail on. So I think I'm gonna try to like access citizenship, like get the paperwork done ASAP and get in. But I don't know how long that's gonna take.
There's no point in sneaking in because we're gonna have to talk to a guard to talk to the king
And then they'll just
anyway.
kick you out.
Yeah,
Right.
right. So my plan.
I think I need to go ahead.
Yeah, my plan is to just try and get in off of citizenship.
Yeah, Hunter, if you want to get in, then I can try to help people with their paperwork. We could do that route.
Yeah, because that's what your contact could do. They could help them expedite it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think right now what I'll kind of just specify on is Xavian has like a full citizenship, so he's allowed to come in and leave. They don't like it when you leave, so it might piss them off. But you need to basically, when you return, you need to go to your local paperwork or litigation area where they're going to stamp that you are in fact back in Arklon. And then if you leave Arklon, they also need to stamp to say that you're leaving, basically.
Okay.
Or they
That's
need
my
to just
passport.
make it known. Yeah, it's just a passport. Except it's very hard for anyone who doesn't have one to get one, unless they're an elf that was born in Arklon.
Speak elf.
And our good Goliath friend is kind of a different song and dance. Yours isn't necessarily like a citizenship passport.
Right.
It's like a paper
Like a
that's
travel
vouching
visa?
for you, basically.
Mhm.
Yeah, like a travel. It's just like this guy can get in. He will be able to get in. Let him in. If not, take it directly to this office and they'll look over the paperwork before you kick him out, basically.
Right.
So,
Good
so
luck
that
to the
that's
three
kind
of
of
us.
that's kind of how your guys' licenses work. So
Leif, can
now,
you get us one of those licenses?
We can definitely go to the office and figure it out.
now Leif does know there is one way to get into Arklon without a license, and that's by signing up for a competition at the Coliseum.
This,
Let me
yes.
in. Let me
I
do
like
it.
this.
I want to
Yeah.
do it.
Alarak, are you in?
Ow.
Absolutely, I'm all about risk taking.
Yeah, and I'll kind of explain
You
to
guys, as
Huh.
soon as the idea of a competition hits Nelwyn's ears, you see his eyes light up. He is thrilled at the possibility.
How many souls can I retrieve?
Okay.
And he'll mention, now is my chance. Now is my chance to be the champion of a royal family.
I'm gonna walk over and just like grab Nelwyn like by the back of the shirt and like lift him up onto my shoulder and be like, "Future champion right here!"
Onward, brethren.
And then we sprint towards the
While in the distance, from the top of the mountain, we hear "Sweet Victory."
But yeah, that is about the only way to get your paperwork without
Going through
actually
the
going
paperwork
through
process.
the main paperwork. It's like a limited time pass for competitors. And so with that, we're going to proceed to the evening watch. Nelwyn, I want you, instead of a perception check, to roll me an investigation check.
Oh, yes, sir.
Since you have specifically said this is what I'm looking for.
All right, I've got a +6 on my investigation, so the total is. Thinking about it.
4.
Woo! Dirty 20.
Nice.
Dirty 20.
Perfect.
So Nelwyn, you immediately see it. Like, as soon as you're sitting there, you're like, wait a second, Alrak was telling me about two eyes looking at us, and you're just looking around, and you see up on a higher cliff face above you guys is those two eyes. Again, about 200-300 yards away.
How big are these things?
The eyes, they're no bigger than just like a standard humanoid's eyes. That's, you can barely.
Guys, what if it's Godsmeed?
What if it's Gollum?
It's not. Godsmeed is dead.
What
We
if
don't
it's
know that
Gollum?
for sure.
Gollum has bigger eyes than a human.
Oh, that's
Right.
true. That's true.
All right, so who's next up on watch?
Next up on watch is Dravai.
Bye.
Okay. So, seeing those things, how high up on the cliff is it?
They're probably about 100. Let's see, probably about a football field up from you, and then it's about a football field and a half diagonal of that, if that makes sense.
Oh, that makes sense. Oh, I can take it. So, I'll go and wake up Dravai
Mm-hmm.
and... Sorry, just plugging in my phone. 4%. I'll wake up Dravai and I'll whisper, Dravai, it's, his eyes are back. I'm gonna go check it out, but I want you to be awake. If you hear me scream, start running.
Start running like towards you or like away from you.
Away.
You can tell he's very like tired. He's like away from. Okay. What
Run
about?
away.
Do I wake these three up or do I let them sleep? Like.
All right, bye, guys.
Yeah. Yeah. He'll just say, yeah, and then walk away.
I really like the idea of Nelwyn being like, listen, if I can't take it, nobody else can, and you can't just get out of here.
All right. So, after he says his piece, he will disappear into the shadows as we
All right.
start walking towards these eyes.
All right, and so you have that ability that makes you disappear, literally. Is that only if you've been attacked, or
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
so-
just if I've been attacked.
so? Then, are you going to try and climb up this part of the mountain? It's not a sheer. It's not completely sheer. It's a mountain, so it goes up gradually, but it still is going to take.
If this man can
Something
climb
to
a castle wall,
Yeah, so
no problem.
I am going to first start sneaking around, and I'm going to take it in a wide arc around to like, I don't
Okay.
know, quarter mile away, and I'm
Right.
going to see if the eyes seem like they're following me.
All right. Go ahead and roll me your stealth.
Okay. Stealth.
Oh.
Ugh.
Oh.
Oh.
Natural one.
Oh, dear. And so you specifically had stated you wanted to kind of make sure the eyes were following you, right? So you start sneaking around.
I was going to try to
the
sneak without them following me,
park. Right.
but now they are.
So yeah, so I'll just give you that. That as you start sneaking around, you watch as they start to pivot, and just kind of watch your positioning as you try to kind of get the drop on it.
All right.
Like when you
But
walk by
they
a painting.
don't- Right. They don't disappear though. They stay there.
That's promising. So I'm going to. Is this a heavily wooded area?
Not at all. There's
This is
you're
No.
above the tree
Pretty
line at this
plain,
point.
Straight rock.
Okay.
It
So
is
I have a
mountain.
pretty good viewpoint of this thing.
Yeah, you can see it plain and simple. This is above the tree line in the mountain.
So what does it look like?
Just the thing itself.
Yeah.
What? How far is your night vision?
Oh,
Your
fair.
eyesight.
60 feet.
60 feet. So yeah, you don't have a very good sight. You just see the eyes right now.
Okay. In that case, now that I have announced my departure from the rest of the group, I am now going to make my approach
toward it.
toward it. Yes.
All right. So I was saying it was about 2.5 football fields away. What's your movement again?
25 feet.
Imagine
Oh, all right.
you move 25 feet ahead, and
Blaine
it's
So-
Spade.
2 football fields away.
It's gonna take you. Let's see. So each football field's what, like 360 feet? I think that's about.
Give or take.
100 yards.
Yeah, give or take.
I think the football field is like 20 feet away, so I think Logan makes it no issue.
And each round is like 6 seconds. So 10 rounds is a minute. So after about if you use full dash actions, basically it's gonna take you 6, 10, full dash, 50, 500. So it's gonna take you just over about it's gonna take you about 5 minutes if you're like running toward it. If not, it's gonna take you probably about 10. Because we're saying a dash action every round for about 12 rounds, 12 or 13.
You just start booking it towards this thing.
Right.
Tiny little 2-foot tall gnome.
Right. The eyes widen.
Yeah, no. So I am actually going to take my time.
All right.
And
The
if
slow
possible, I'll see if I can't lose its gaze.
Alright.
But that being said, if I lose it, and its eyes disappear, like it sees me coming, then I'm going to start running.
I have a question.
Okay. Yeah.
Do I know what he's trying to accomplish here? Slash can I insight check and see what he's trying to do?
So do you think Dravai stayed awake after he told him, or do you think he passed back out?
I think he probably stayed up.
All right. So
'Cause
I think
I-
you see no one disappear because I think your dark vision is 30 feet, right?
It's
So
60.
you see him 60. So
It's 60.
So at the time that no one starts to leave, and then a little bit later, he's not quite out of your vision yet. So you want to try and figure out.
I
what
want
he's
to,
doing?
yeah, because I want to see what his plan is. Because I want to see.
necessarily-
I just the main thing what I want to do here is if I think he's going to try and go invisible, I want to try and help by taking the creature's gaze.
Okay.
So
So we're gonna say I don't think it takes. I think based on what you know about Nelwyn, you know he's a sneaky guy and that he's going to try and sneak. And I also think once he brings your attention to the eyes, you see they are also following him. So I think it's pretty clear what's going on here to Dravai. I don't think it takes an insight. But what your help action is going to do is you're going to allow Nelwyn to take another stealth. What
Okay.
are you going to try and do to distract this thing?
I am going to like I'll kind of wake up still a little groggy, and then I'll see everything that you just described, and I'll just let out. I don't care if it wakes up the other guys. I'll let out one really really big yawn, and then just like stab my sword into the ground because I'm assuming it's a rock. So stab the sword into the ground, make a loud tink noise.
It'll
And
clang.
get up and just like groan. Just make as much noise as possible while still making it look like I'm just getting up.
All right. So what we're going to do is Nelwyn's going to re-roll his stealth.
Oh, whoops. Stealth. That is better. 25.
All right. So Dravai starts making this noise, and Nelwyn sees the eyes kind of flick back toward the Dravai's direction, and the way you know it turned is you see kind of one eye disappear and the other one slowly disappear after that as he's turning his head. And then you just duck behind just something, whether it's a drift or like a rock, something. You just duck behind it and then move away from where you are. So at this point, basically, you're going to have to only roll one more stealth, and that's for when you get, excuse me, when you get within about 50 feet of him. And you have dark vision of 60 feet, though, right?
Yes.
All right. So once you get within this 50 feet of him, before you roll your next stealth, you see this figure. It has on a tricorn hat that is black. It's got like a black cloth that's going through it. He's got on this. It's very reminiscent of like a colonial area long like coat, and it's also black. He's got bandages wrapping all around his mouth, and you can very obviously see he has like burn marks on his skin that is exposed. He's very tanned and leathery as well, like he's been in the sun for a very long time. Pardon, he doesn't have bandages, it's just like a bandana that's like covering his nose and his mouth. Again, the blackened cloth. But his eyes are very strange. They're not typical like human eyes. They are directly reflecting the moonlight like a cat's would, which is something you already knew. But once you get closer, you start to kind of see more of this figure unravel. You see, he doesn't travel with a pack, he doesn't travel with an animal, and he has a flintlock pistol on his side. And then he has a musket rifle on his back, and that's it.
Cute.
I did ask
So-
Cullen for a gun. I call dibs.
Are these kinds of weapons very common?
There's only one place that these weapons are really ever at, and that is
The
Lockton.
Human Kingdom. Yeah.
It's,
Okay.
this area in here, Upper Lockton.
Show us
You're
your
not,
stream.
yeah, you're not streaming.
Oh,
Imagine.
Cullen, it's okay. It's okay.
It's okay, come on, space.
Guys,
He's just-
I have to end the campaign. I can't anymore.
Okay, where?
Right here. Upper Lockton.
Okay.
Oh,
They're
so
very
he's like way out of the norm, or way out of
easy.
where
Can I
he's
have a
normally.
gun?
What's
No.
that?
Can I have a gun?
Do you have a gun?
Can I have a
I
gun?
didn't know
We'll
guns
discuss that.
existed up
We'll-
there, but if I
We'll
did, I wouldn't have
discuss
had a
that
gun.
after this session, whether or not you have a gun. But
Yeah.
you have to have proficiency in firearms to be able to effectively use a gun. That is something that's why there's a gunslinger class as a fighter. Anyways, but you have to have been from Upper or Lower Lockton because they're the only places that produce the flintlock powder or the spark powder that they're using to actually fire these guns, which is not like gunpowder. It's a very different process, and they're very rudimentary. So like, if you don't have proficiency, the gun can explode in your hand. So like,
Cute.
it's a very risky business to be firing one if you don't know how, basically.
Sure. Does
So-
this guy have any like symbols or anything I could use to identify him?
He has no symbols on him.
Okay. In that case, I will try to very carefully and taking my time
Mhm.
sneak up a little bit closer. Actually,
Alright.
wait.
Precaution.
Yeah,
will
no.
win.
Yes, I will. Yes.
All right. So you're gonna have to roll another stealth, and this is gonna be directly against his perception. All right. Go
Oh
ahead
no.
and-
17.
oh, okay. Is that with your modifier?
Yes.
Oh, okay. He rolled a standard 17 on the die. So you get ready to approach, and you hear a little bit of rock just slide, and immediately his head flips toward you, and he's gonna draw his flintlock. Go ahead and roll initiative.
Wait.
Ooh.
Before, okay, so I'm going to duck down
Uh-huh.
and, like, if possible, since I was really taking my time,
Mhm.
I was thinking as I was taking my time,
Yeah.
preparing a, false image with the spell Minor Illusion.
Okay.
Um,
Now
So-
remind me what the components of that spell are, in terms of what all. Let me hear you pull it up. Minor illusion.
yeah, it's a cantrip that allows me to create an image of basically one space of anything I can imagine.
So it is S&M, minor illusion, right?
Yes, somatic
Somatic
and
and material.
Okay, so you're good. You're just lucky there was no verbal component to that spell.
yeah.
So go ahead and cast your. What we'll do is I'll let you like basically roll with advantage. So roll again with your stealth with that minor illusion. Basically, this is saying like in terms of is he gonna see the illusion or is he gonna see you? Because his perception was high enough to see through the illusion. But if he sees the illusion first, you're gonna get the drop on him, basically. So
Okay.
you just have to roll higher than he did.
Kaya mo yan,
Okay.
Logan.
And my illusion is just a 2-foot tall rock that I will hide behind or hide
Oh.
underneath.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. So yeah, absolutely advantage with that stealth then.
Okay. Well, didn't help. I rolled another natural one.
Those are some Caleb level rolls.
Yeah, real.
Yeah.
Seriously. So he
This is
sees the
Brady's
rock.
character.
I will say it
Does
sucks
he
that
see
we.
me?
He sees the rock. Let me hear you double
He
check.
sees
this.
the-
I will say it sucks that anything low we call a Caleb level roll.
Okay, so
Caleb deserves it. It's because he's done stupid shit and rolls low on stupid shit.
Oh crap! I just dropped my.
Hey, I'm
dice.
the only
No
one that
offense,
takes
Caleb.
risks here.
Yeah, no. It, I
I'm
don't,
what
I don't,
makes this campaign interesting.
everyone here has done stupid shit, but you're just unfortunately the one that rolls low. Like it's nothing you could have
Shit.
done to help.
Yeah,
Alright.
but hey, I summoned a freaking demon. What have y'all done?
Yeah,
Not
I-
summon a demon, which I would say is a
I
win.
put, I put my foot through a
Alright,
dragonborn.
Alrak summoned a demon and got the attention of something so much more sinister than it.
Yeah,
So-
true.
Anyways, so here's what we're gonna do. So I'm just reading the wording of this. So what's your spell save DC in total?
Not as high as mine.
What's yours?
15.
I'm not sure.
That's crazy because mine's 18.
I have 16.
Damn it.
Let me
I knew
see
it.
if D&D Beyond.
What would my spell save DC be based on? Intellect
Say,
No,
or
let me
intelligence?
hop over to your D&D Beyond sheet.
if you click on like a
Spells.
spells tab, it should be there. Like down, if you're on, are you on mobile device or on like a laptop or something or
iPad.
iPad? So where's your actions button? Is it like down on the bottom right with like the little square things, like the grid? Is that where you do your actions, or is it built different than the mobile app?
Let me show you. That would be easier.
Okay, let me. That's you for sure.
all right.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So on the right.
Yeah, it's not showing up for me. I can't see it right now. Okay, so let me see what they're saying in the math.
No, that won't be there.
Spell save formula is 8 plus spell casting ability modifier plus proficiency.
Ew. Where would yours be? Is it in? Hold up. Go through. What's all the stuff underneath your save throw?
Okay, so yours it's going to be your wisdom modifier plus your proficiency.
Okay.
So-
Wisdom. Okay. So then I roll, or
So what's your
No.
wisdom modifier?
+2.
So +2, and your proficiency is +3. So we've got 5 right there, and then it looks like. So to actually get your spell save DC, it is 8 plus spellcasting ability modifier plus proficiency. So yours is 16.
Oh, same as mine.
So that's not bad. That's actually pretty good.
Yeah, it is.
Let me hear you.
Sorcerer.
Yeah. Does he see through it?
So here's what I'm gonna say. He does. So there's no wording saying that he sees through the rock. All it says is that he knows it's an illusion. So what his perception is gonna do is he's gonna see that this rock is sitting there. He sees it's an illusion. He's gonna draw his flintlock, but he doesn't know that you're behind it. That's what we'll say.
Okay. And so I'm actually going to step into the rock from behind it,
Mm-hmm.
because like he doesn't see what I'm doing back there, and I am going to, in the shadows of one of the cracks, open up a little peephole so I can see him.
All right. Let me hear
And I'm
you.
just gonna watch what he does.
Let me hear him pop over. Natural illusionist. Is that your? Is that a feat? Or is that just part of your? I think that's just part of your.
I think it's my heritage, being a gnome.
Oh, actually, what's your intelligence?
+3.
Okay. So it only increases by 1. It's the same song and dance. So your spell saves DC is
17 instead of 16.
I think it's 17 instead of 16.
That's super good.
Let me double check that.
I wish mine was that high. It's only one more than me, but still.
Wait. It's 8 plus my intelligence bonus plus my proficiency?
Yeah, so what I'm seeing, it's 8 plus your intelligence plus your proficiency.
So that would be 8 plus 6. So it should be 14, right?
Hold up, let me hurry and double check my. Alright, so to figure out your spellcasting modifier is your proficiency bonus plus your wisdom, or in your case, your spellcasting ability is intelligence. So it's your proficiency plus your wisdom. And then to calculate the actual spell save, it's 8 plus the spellcasting ability modifier, which is that previous equation, plus your proficiency. So your proficiency and your yeah. So right now we're looking at 17.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if that's the case. for non-spellcasters. I guess that's the thing I'm really.
Well, I'll take whatever you give me.
Let me hurry and pop over onto this obscure Reddit.
Would you just pop over into that obscure Reddit
Oh,
already?
and it does say that intelligence is my spellcasting ability for minor illusion.
Yeah, I just barely saw that there. That it's your intelligence. It's so strange that I
Dante, what are you
can't see
doing?
your spell.
You have like a
Your spell
rave
save.
going on your computer.
I know. I was gonna say I'm
What?
surprised he's not getting a seizure. Over
I
there.
know. I was like, all I see
Me?
is just a bunch of
Yeah, you.
flashing lights on your face. Are you
Yeah.
playing Destiny?
Yeah, I'm farming, level farming at Shirochi just while we're waiting.
Playing D&D, Dante, Destiny.
Hey, I haven't been engaged in the last 20 minutes. I feel like this is fair game.
I will say though, I did also see that same flashing light like at the start of the D&D session. I'm not gonna say anything though. I don't care.
Yeah, where you're not actively doing anything at this moment,
Yeah, we're
I
all
would be-
technically asleep, so our characters don't know what's going on.
Right.
That's my point.
I did all I could for Nelwyn, and now I'm just
Yeah,
training
I
my
did
rat.
all of my. I already did all of my Clash of Clans.
You
I-
talking about
I
the
just
rating
don't know if you add your proficiency bonus to it if you're not a spellcaster.
does it make or break? Like, does he?
Do you want to put
So-
on the snap?
Oh well, I guess it doesn't. It's set if it's 17, he still meets it, so he still sees it. But I guess I'll do more research into it in the future. But it's kind of weird that your character, who isn't a spellcaster, has a higher spell save DC than a full spellcaster. So I
Two
wonder if
full
we're adding-
spellcasters.
Right. So I wonder if we're adding proficiency in somewhere that's only for spellcasting.
Maybe so.
Anyways, but so for this instance, we're just gonna say, you are so what I had said before, that he sees that it's an illusion, he doesn't know you're behind it.
In it.
In it. That's right. Let me see. Create a sound volume whisper. Okay, yeah, so you can be inside of it because it says physical interaction with the image reveals it to be an illusion because things can pass through it. So yeah, you can just step right inside of the rock, especially with you being just as tall as it. So yeah, so he's gonna see this rock, and he's going to immediately start. He
Unloading
knows
into it.
He knows it's an illusion. He's not going to shoot into it, but he's going to approach it very slowly and cautiously. I'll
You're
say
in
that.
trouble.
Yeah. So it's now. We're just going to say this is your surprise round as he's approaching, in terms of initiative. So this you get to act now.
Does he look like he has a menacing intent?
It's a little difficult to tell because most of his face is obscured, but his
Sure.
eyes definitely are concerned. Like he's approaching this very slowly. I guess to kind of see what's going on. As he does get a little closer, you do notice that there's a scope on some kind of like magnifying scope on the musket he's got on his back.
Wow.
But yeah, he starts to approach slowly. So yeah, this is the surprise round. Do you want to hurry and roll your initiative
Sure.
as well, so we can see if you act before or after him?
Oh, 22. 22.
All right, awesome. So you're gonna act before him, which is crazy because he got a 19. So yeah, so go ahead and use your surprise round, and then immediately after your surprise round, it's your turn.
All right. This might be stupid. I'm going to step back through the backside of the rock,
Mm-hmm.
And when he gets maybe 20, 25 feet away,
Hmm.
I am going to poke my hands out from behind the rock. Don't shoot!
Oh, all right. You jet your hands out from behind the rock, and immediately he's going to fire around at you.
I'm gonna pull my
It's
hands back behind the rock.
right, right. So it's now your official. Is that what you want to do with? You have like a full initiative turn in uh in a surprise round. So is that how you want to use your surprise round?
Well, so it would be kind of like maybe we could consider it like a bonus action to stick my hands out, then his reaction, and then maybe me take a turn.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and take your turn. He does have a reaction, so he could use it, but it's just he gets to shoot. That's what his reaction is one shot.
I want to be this man.
Doesn't add a proficiency.
Reaction is the get.
Right?
All right.
Yeah.
So
So
as he draws and starts to aim his handgun, I'm going to pull my hands back, whip out my short bow, and
Alright.
poke my head out the other side and shoot at him.
all right, go ahead and roll an attack on him.
Okay. Oh, whoops. That was the wrong one.
Ow. Sorry.
Ooh, natural 20.
Alrighty, go ahead and roll your
Again.
damage.
Roll another nat 20 to see if you kill him.
Right, if you kill him immediately.
Oh, yeah.
Or non-lethal damage and just incapacitate him because
This is a natural one. Or wait, no,
Oh,
that's a
that
7.
null, that null and void's your nat 20.
No, it was a 7. It was a 7.
That would be so cruel, dude. If you go nat 20 and then nat 1, it actually just means that you don't do anything.
All right, so one shot, natural 20. Does that mean double damage?
That does mean double damage. So go
Okay.
ahead and roll your dice and then just double what you get off of it.
All right, 8 times 2, 16.
Alrighty. You throw 16 points of damage at this guy. Let me hurry and double check. I'm gonna use this right. Okay, so he's going to get shot by an arrow that pierces in his just in his where were you aiming for, I guess?
His
It's
leg.
not.
His Achilles. He will not leave this place.
You fire an arrow into his leg, and it just sinks into his cloak. He's going to use his object interaction to snap the wood, basically. And then he is going to...
Fire at you. Quite frankly, as a reaction.
This is my
Alright.
this is my
And then-
impression of him.
Right. Then he is going to use a reaction to fire at you. To fire one at you. What is it? Is it 12? Does it pass your armor class at 12?
My AC is 16, so no.
Okay, so he misses that shot. He boom. You just see a puff of smoke come out, and then it's going to be his turn. He's going to use his bonus action to pour some more stuff in there, and he's going to fire at you again. This time he gets a nat 20.
Oh no.
And he hits another nat 20, and you're dead.
Yeah, that could
Oh
happen.
yeah. Nope. 7 as well. So he's just copying Nelwyn at this point. What a copy. There it is.
Could you imagine if he just hit it right there and you're just dead?
And
It would
he's
have been
gonna
a
do
good clip.
he's gonna do 14 damage with that shot.
Oh,
Uh,
bad.
and that's the end of his turn. So it's back up. with oh, you know what? Actually, so, and then I think
That
with
drove
the
by.
Can
end
I-
of his-
Can I interject and see if I can see anything? Like, if I could hear a gunshot or anything?
you absolutely hear the gunshot. There's nothing
Can't you
quiet about it.
see it from there too?
Yeah,
because
can
he
I also
knows
see it?
where it is.
Yeah, so it just boom, and you just see a little flash of light and a puff of smoke.
Okay,
And
I'm
I
gonna.
would even argue it's something you've never seen before, Dravai.
Okay.
So it's just kind of, you know.
I'm gonna run over to him, and I'm gonna like just dash action the entire way there.
So it'll be probably close to 5-ish minutes, right, till he gets there.
Hey,
Mhm.
just hold out till I get there.
That's basically
It's like 5
50 turns.
yeah,
or
that's
50
basically 50 turns. So
Hey, I'm
it'll
still-
be a fat minute.
That's
But
fine.
you're
I'm
on
on my
your
way.
way.
That's fine. I'm on my way.
So as I take the damage from the bullets or the balls, I suppose, if they're musket-based weapons,
Yeah, they're
Um,
most.
I am going to use my reaction and vanish into thin
All
air.
right, you're gonna use your reaction and vanish.
Poof.
All right, he is also going. Oh wait, so that's your turn. So that's
Yep.
back to the top.
He also
Uh,
vanishes.
He actually, well, I don't know if that's how his might work the same as Nelwyn's, which might be
He also
different.
vanishes.
uh
As he fires his musket, he vanishes
Wait.
because he got shot.
What's he doing?
so he has another option for a reaction, but I need to just double check his character sheet to make sure that it's not the same reaction as you. That it doesn't trigger the same, because if it does, then he can't do it.
No.
And so it is back to the top of your turn after your reaction. So you can do what you want now if you'd like.
Okay. So I am completely invisible,
hmm
and I am going to again cast Minor Illusion, but this time in the form of footsteps, the sound of footsteps off to the side,
Alright.
to draw his attention away. And with that, the rock will disappear
Alright.
as I cast a new Minor Illusion.
He is going to. So you make those footprints. He's going to roll an investigation. So he looks at the footprints and then he starts making his way toward them. You see he crouches down though and starts kind of sneaking his way over there.
Okay. And from there, I will move to the other side as the sound of footprints continue to carry on and draw noise and anyways, I'm going to move around to behind him so I have the best
Alright.
chance of hitting him on my next turn as possible.
All right. So it's now his turn. He's going to keep sneaking in the direction he heard the footsteps again. As you're sneaking, so you snuck around. What are you gonna do as your primary action? And
So, unfortunately, Minor Illusion is an action.
oh, okay. So that's the end of your turn.
Pretty
so
much.
he's just gonna continue toward the sound of the footsteps.
Oh.
It's now your turn again. I'm pretty sure. So
Okay. In that case, I am going to short bow the crap out of this man from behind and stick an
Go
arrow
ahead.
right up his keister.
all right, go ahead and roll to hit.
Nat 1.
Okay. And
Absolutely.
I am invisible and hidden.
Yep.
Um,
So you get to add your sneak attack to that. I'm pretty sure.
I do.
You get double
Okay.
advantage.
18 to hit.
18 hits.
Okay. All right.
So how many rounds has this been? This is 4, I think.
4.
Survive. Basically,
Keep
at the same
counting,
place
because
as
if
he
this
was.
keeps going at 50, then
Hey, man.
then Revi will show up.
Dravai is just hustling like a locomotive, dude. Just
So we all heard the gunshot. Where Leif and I just like Leif, Alrock, and I just like look at each other and we're
We're
like, "They'll
asleep.
handle it," and go back
You
to
guys
bed.
are asleep, so you can wake up if you'd like. It'll take you again 50. I would even just let you be in the same place as Travai once the gunshot goes off.
Because there's no way we're actually gonna get there by the time this is all resolved.
I say I just rolled over and went back to bed and said that's their problem.
Okay.
All right.
Damage taken is 20.
All right.
And I will use my bonus action to further hide anywhere. Tree,
Alright.
bush,
There's
shrubbery,
no trees or
Skunk
bushes
hole?
or shrubbery. It's just rock.
rock,
Only rock.
crevasse.
I will make a crevasse. I will dive into the ground
Like
like freaking Inosuke.
he as soon as you shoot him, he's gonna use his reaction, which does the same exact thing as yours. He just whoosh, disappears as well.
Two invisible people.
And I think now it's his turn, and I'm gonna allow you a perception check just to kind of see if you can tell what's gonna happen.
Yeah. And so when I hid, did I need to re-roll stealth to stay
Yeah.
hidden?
Yes, when you hide again, you have to re-roll stealth, and then he'll get a perception roll
Okay.
if he chooses to use it when it's his turn.
Good luck. 29.
Oh,
on my stealth.
29.
what's your modifier?
Plus 11.
Holy!
He has expertise.
I do.
Alright.
I mean, I guess that's
And
not crazy
My
because
perception trying to find him
Mhm.
is 9.
So you can't really tell where he's gone or where he's going. But I'm gonna say he's gonna do nothing on his turn, so it's gonna come back up to the top with your
Okay.
turn.
And so
Really quick, I'm gonna say I wake up, but I'm gonna stay
Alright.
at the camp and just kind of make
Alright.
sure everything's okay at the camp.
Right.
I'll do the same.
Wait.
Cool.
Can I ask?
Collaborate.
I'm sleeping. I want my fucking long rest.
Can I ask if my rat has more movement speed than me?
God damn.
I did train him. I did indeed train him.
See if there's a stat block.
So you're asking if a
Is there
teeny
a
little
stat?
creature can run as fast as you?
I hope it gets stepped on.
Hey, listen. Rats can move very quick.
I'm
Pretty
just
good.
saying, if I can give him a piece of paper and say Nelwyn, and he runs towards Nelwyn, and it's like Nelwyn, Dravai is on the way.
He
Then
has
all
30
he-
feet of movement.
Oh dang it, he's as fast as me. You slow, stupid
Whoa.
rat.
He's smaller, so like his gait is super tiny, whereas
Eh.
yours like
Hey, listen. While this is happening, I'm gonna activate a thaumaturgy and make my voice boom up to 3 times as loud, and just yell, "What's going on?
That looks
What the
baby
f-
on
is
you.
going on?"
Saban's like, okay, now I can't sleep.
He casts thaumaturgy. His voice is 3 times as loud, and all you hear is disrespect your surround.
What the is going on?
I like it.
So, what did you want to do with your turn?
So I am going to remain hidden.
Mhm.
And if I were to prepare an attack, would I get illusion on the next turn? Or advantage on the next turn?
If you were to prepare your action,
Yes.
you have to specify a triggering effect of your prepared action.
Cool, and
So-
fix your camera. I want to see your face.
His if it's the same ability, fade away. Is that the same one?
It's not, but it triggers on the same thing.
So for mine, it lasts until the end of my next turn.
Uh huh.
And so knowing that I have an ability like that,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to assume his is somewhat similar. I
Yeah.
might be wrong. But I am going to not hold my attack, but instead use minor illusion once again
Uh-huh.
and create the image of my shoulder poking out behind a different rock.
All right.
Genius.
So he's going to.
Very creative.
Thank
so
you.
after your turn, it's going to be his turn. And nothing happens. So it's going to be back up to Nelwyn at this point.
Okay, now I will prepare my attack.
All right.
The
I'm
trigger
gonna-
being any sort of sound
All right.
or visual indication of where he is.
Right. So if you want to roll another perception check, you're welcome to.
I would like to. 14!
14. Let me hear you double check his everything.
It is everything.
Okay, so you don't hear anything near you. There's just nothing in the same area. As where you are now. So we're going to then at the end of your turn it's going to begin his turn and nothing happens again.
He could have run away.
He could have.
Man, I never thought a fucking battle between two rogues would be so riveting.
I will. Does my stealth, since I haven't done anything with myself, does that carry over till now?
It will carry over until now. We'll just
Okay.
give you that.
So with my 29 stealth, I am going to very discreetly poke my head out from behind the rock I'm behind and use my action to investigate any footprints on the ground or anything like that.
Go ahead and investigate.
Okay. 13.
You're looking at the ground and you just see a bunch of like scrambling from where you and him were both kind of fighting. But you don't see his footprints anywhere. At least where you last saw him. I'm assuming you were trying to figure out where he went after going invisible. So where he last went, you don't really see any particular sign of where he was going.
Okay. I'm going to stay behind my rock, stay in my beautifully hidden spot, and
All right.
wait till my next turn.
Okay. It's now your next turn.
All right. I'm just going to loose an arrow in the last spot I saw him.
All right. Go ahead and roll an attack roll.
He's gonna be right behind you with a knife to your throat.
I'm a little worried about that. Natural 20.
Oh,
Nat 20. So you lob an arrow in the direction that he was standing. Oh, wait, go ahead and roll a second nat 20.
He wasn't there, but the arrow arcs and just goes right
Right.
towards him.
It was not a natural 20,
All right.
but a dirty
so-
20.
So you loose an arrow that shoots through the air. What's the range of your short bow?
He definitely ran away.
Up to 320 feet.
Okay. You loose an arrow, and you hear it hit the ground in a distance away from you, or see it even. And then you just hear kind of shuffling next to it, and then silence again.
Did I hear any like
lands?
fleshy thuds, like an arrow striking flesh?
You didn't hear a fleshy thud. You just heard the arrow like hit the ground is base because I'm just gonna say you Hail Married this arrow.
Uh-huh.
And so this arrow launches out of your sight range in the darkness, thuds into something, whether it's the earth, whether it's a person. You're 300 feet away at this point, but you do hear movement as the arrow goes thunk and hits.
All right.
So you hear shuffling.
I am going to, as discreetly as one can do while sprinting, use my movement to dash or use my movement to run over there, chasing him.
50, which leaves you 250 feet away from where your arrow landed. And so, I am assuming that's what you're going to do with the rest of your turns, which is your rounds of initiative. So let's see.
Yeah, do I ever manage to catch up to him?
You don't catch up to anything you can see. You do get to your arrow. At this point, our guys down here, just to kind of push things along, are going to show up into your original position, where you were before. But you get to the arrow, and you see... go ahead and roll me an investigation when you get to the arrow.
Okay. 25.
25. You see a very obvious, blood splattering on the ground, and then you see some drips over to a rock, and then the blood just stops there.
Is there a rope that leads to nowhere?
No rope.
No? Okay.
All right. So I am going to use my bonus action to hide.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm currently over that last blood splatter, right?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to look around.
At least.
Okay, I'm going to look around to see if there are any indications of where he is, I suppose.
All right. So you want to
and
roll
just kind of
an
move around the area sneakily.
All right. Go ahead and roll me an investigation then.
Okay.
I don't necessarily think if you want to roll a stealth, you can, basically.
21 and stealth will be 14.
14. You rolled a 3?
I rolled a 3.
All right. So you are kind of walking around this area with that high of an investigation check. I'm just going to say that there is no sign of this guy having exited. But what you do know is that wherever that final pool is where he attempted to bandage himself up and then left. So he's not in this area. He's gone away in the turn since it's taken you to catch up, basically.
Okay.
But he is gone, and you did very nearly end him. So that's kind of what you can tell. That last shot hit him in a very important place, and he had to stop to take care of it, basically. But he's not in this area anymore.
Okay, and no sign of a horse or anything like that?
Nope, no sign of a horse, nothing.
I am going to pick a direction that seems to be that same direction he was running before, and continue chasing after him.
All right. So at this point, do you want to call out to your compatriots or anything? Or do you want to just kind of keep... Do you want to wait for them, or what do you want to do?
So I suppose yes. I will cast Minor Illusion. Its volume can range from a whisper to a scream. It can be your voice, someone else's voice. The sound continues unabated through the duration. Or you can make discrete sounds at different times before the spell ends. So it lasts a minute. And I am going to have my Minor Illusion scream over and over. I ran this way! I ran this way! I ran this way!
It'd be so annoying.
Are you guys
For a
going...
whole minute.
I guess the question is are you guys going to proceed in that direction?
I am.
Alarak will.
I'll tuck in Xavion, put some nice earphones over his head, and I'll run him. Yeah.
And then you punch him in the teeth.
Yeah.
You're like, ha, idiot.
So Leif and Xavian stayed at camp, and you two
No, I
are
tucked them in and then I left.
Oh, okay. So you three. So Xavian's staying at camp, right?
Yeah.
Or where camp was, and the rest of you are are gonna chase after the direction.
Actually, wait. Xavion has the egg, right?
Xavian does have.
He's fine.
I'll
He'll be
stay.
okay.
I'll stay.
All right. Leif stays.
Okay.
Now, here's my next question: how long are you gonna try and follow this guy for?
I'll go for a minute and then leave another screaming minor illusion that says, "I'll be back later," and
Alright.
I'll probably chase for an hour or two.
Okay, so 2 hours of chasing is gonna pass. Are you guys gonna try and catch up with him?
Yes.
So I'm gonna
Oh, yeah.
say at some point
Mhm.
they actually catch up, just to kind of simplify things. Because I'm just gonna assume
We
that
both have
you're
third
pausing. That you're pausing to investigate every once in a while, which is
Yeah.
giving them time to catch up.
Sure.
I would like. So once you guys meet up, you guys have probably gone again. At this point, you guys have been walking around for probably about the first hour of the time. By the time everyone catches up, what are you gonna do in these two? What are you guys gonna do once you show up?
So
What's
once,
going on?
yeah, once I show up, can I see Nelwyn or is he hidden?
Is Nelwyn still actively trying to hide, or is he just
Ye-
tracking?
I would say yeah.
Both.
Okay,
Um,
So when they catch up, is Nelwyn going to continue hiding, or is he going to kind of reveal himself? I guess that's a question for
so
you.
they'll catch up,
Mhm.
and as they're walking in the same direction we were all going,
Uh-huh.
I will, as
Cast.
intimidatingly as a 2-foot gnome can perform, step from the shadows and say,
Wow, you guys caught up quick.
It was kind of easy considering how stubby your legs are. No offense.
You're not even scared at all to see me.
It was easy to follow you thanks to your booming voice.
Man,
So what exactly is going on here, Nelwyn? What happened?
well,
"How tall was the dude?"
The guy was standard human height, so anywhere between like 5'8" to 6'2". So
well,
he's just in that area.
I fought with a giant.
By giant, you mean my height?
Bigger. Definitely bigger.
I'm standard
Yeah,
human
yeah.
size.
He had guns, which means he must have been from. Look, what was the place?
Locked him.
Locked in.
I was about to say Lothering, but that's the Dragon Age place. Anyways,
He's from Lockton. He was dressed like it,
my.
but he didn't have any symbols or anything I could identify him with. But if you're all here,
Lockton, so I might be able to tell.
well, maybe next time you should go after the rogue, huh?
It wasn't my watch, was it?
It was the first time when you saw the eyes.
I kept my
You were
eyes
the
on
one who
him.
told us about the eyes.
I kept my eyes on him.
Hey, Coolant. After
Yeah.
a couple hours, I'll have Xavian do his watch. Then I'll go
Right.
to sleep.
That's what I
Cool.
was going to bring up next. Is how are you guys going to do watch at this point? Now that there's just two of you. And we
Yeah.
ended on the first watch, so
Mhm.
now one's watch ended, and now it's
Technically mine, but I'm not there, so one of you two has to do it.
yeah. So one of you two has to do it, or you.
So
can
I did
just
the
choose
second
to
watch.
forfeit the watch.
Just because I already was awake, I did the second
Right.
watch.
So Xavian's next. So
Okay, cool.
Another rogue approaches him.
you guys can also forfeit your watches and just go to bed if you want. It's up to you what you do.
But that's dangy.
Shots. I would not sleep.
Can
I
I
have to go to the bathroom. I will be right back, you guys.
can I have my owl do the last watch, and he can just wake me up?
Yeah, that
Can I
absolutely.
have my
works.
rat do the
Owl
last
does
watch
this.
one time?
Cool.
No.
No, he's not smart enough to. Actually,
I'm funny. I'm so
what an
funny.
idiot.
I'm actually so funny.
Yeah,
Any-
I think
anywho.
the problem with the rat doing the last watch is that because Asa has a familiar, they come back. But I think your rat is just a rat, so it will die if something bad happens, and that's the end of that rat.
No,
Well,
don't
no,
tell
that's
him
what
that.
I'm saying.
Don't
Is
tell him
like I wanna perch the rat, and then if he sees anything, I want to teach him that if
He has a
anything,
vision.
even remotely possibly bad is gonna happen, that he comes and wakes me up.
He has a vision for this rat.
I do. This rat will be stronger than any of you guys realize. All right.
Me, Burning Hand.
This
that. Yeah.
listen. This rat is gonna burning hand your face off.
Oh,
All right.
speaking of Asa, you promised.
I'm gonna teach him burning hand.
Okay, my owl eats the rat while we're asleep. No, I'm just-
I don't know why Dante gets his egg, but I can't have my rat, Dante.
Even I didn't make that big a deal about an egg, and that's saying something.
Yes,
I'm
you
mean.
did!
Hold up now.
You
Hold
were-
up now.
let me
You
go
were
back in here.
romantically in
Yeah, let me go
love
back in
with
here.
this egg.
In
Hey,
the
here's the
tavern,
difference.
every
Okay, let's
single
see.
time you're like,
Let's
I want to.
A seed that was
Let's
literally
go back to my
responsible for the
old live
for the
stream here.
overtaking of a whole part of a kingdom that we literally got sent in the forest to go investigate,
Right,
or a fucking rat with green eyes.
right. But guess what? That rat was a spy for that exact village. You're
It
welcome.
doesn't matter. Still.
And let me tell you. Let me
Sorry.
say this
I'm
real
not,
quick.
I'm not
Dan.
budging on this
let me
one.
real
That
quick,
was
let
of
me-
importance.
let me
Ratland
just-
could die and nothing would happen. If we lost the
Listen,
scene,
you're right about that. You're right about that. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about who has been more annoying about their thing. And you have literally been like, I want to hold my egg. I want to pet my egg. I want to F my egg.
When's the last time I talked about my egg? And when's the last time you talked
Literally
about
today.
Ratland?
Literally today.
Literally
Yeah.
right before we talked about the rat, you talked about
Yeah, I was like, hey, my egg. And then how many times have you talked about your rat since I've talked about my egg?
Like twice. The one time I trained him. Twice.
Bullshit.
The one time I trained him.
Absolute
Listen. The
bullshit.
one time I trained him.
Listen, can
And
we
the one
carry on
time-
Okay,
the
never
no,
mind.
no, no.
We can argue about this all day.
The one time that I
I'm just gonna
trained
give
him,
it to you. You
and the
win.
one
You're
time
fine.
that
You
I
win.
asked if he could keep watch.
Nope,
I'm
you
gonna
win.
Those are the
the
two
egg,
times
you
I
win.
asked.
You win. You win.
Good.
We're
God.
about to kill the egg and the rat.
Please do.
I'm down.
Honestly,
I
kill the rat.
Deal. If it means,
If
getting
it
rid of
means
the
he
rat, I'll
shuts
kill
up
the
about his
fucking egg
stupid
myself.
egg,
Right.
kill the rat.
It'll be real funny when Dravai
All
and
right,
Xavier
I'm gonna
mysteriously
cast third
die.
level.
Good,
inflict
do it.
Wounds on
my
egg.
Done.
Do it.
Consider
Fucking
it
kill
done,
the
dude.
egg, but the rat goes too.
Yeah, I'm
my
gonna-
owl
I'm
is gonna eat the rat and the
The
egg.
spell.
Good.
The rat and the egg do whatever I want them.
Yeah, no, listen.
That's
Kill the
what they
rat, kill the egg, and kill my character. Let me do my next character that I have an idea for. Do it. I beg of you.
Right.
What did I miss?
You know,
Dante
It's
doesn't
just
like
the
rat,
usual-
and
It's
just
Dante's
the
fault.
thing.
He just wanted me to be sad is all.
Yep, my fault. It's totally my fault.
also,
It is. You started it, bro.
I know. I said it's my fault. You win.
Face, respond to your freaking comments, bro.
Oh gosh. Sure.
Cool.
All right. So, Dravai, Aurak are up there. It's gonna go Leaf, Xavian, Leaf, and then Owl. That's how the watches are going.
Okay.
Now, we're going to resolve the second watch, which is with Xavian, while they are kind of out traveling, trying to find whatever this was.
This is technically the third one, right?
This would technically be the second.
Well, because didn't
Watch, 'cause he
Chase do his
finished
full
out.
watch?
I
No,
don't think Chase did
no.
No,
his.
This-
it was in the.
This was all at the end of
Oh.
Nelwyn's watch.
Okay.
So now you're technically on your watch right now, Asa. On
Yeah.
second watch.
Well, Xavian, because Leaf took the rest of Nelwyn's watch, basically.
Okay, I see how it
think
works.
Xavian's going to take the next, and then Leaf will take the next, and then the Owl will take.
Okay. Sounds good.
So Xavian, if you want to go ahead and roll me a perception check, you're welcome to.
I got it. Perception check. I got a 12.
So with a 12, I'm gonna just say you kind of notice that the egg seems a little more somber. It's like the egg is very aware of the seed is aware of what is occurring and isn't happy with it. More importantly, its source of its place of origin, which is Botanica, is just basically disappearing. So the egg is not particularly pleased.
Please.
I just think I think it's funny.
We don't know what to
Imagine
do about it.
Imagine if he's not talking about like in real like in the game, he's talking about the egg knows what's happening between you and me.
The
he's
egg's
like
aware.
he's like the egg knows how much you guys are arguing about this stupid egg and this stupid rat.
I want you to knock it off.
Yeah.
Right.
He's like, and then the egg
Oh.
self-destructs
Let's
and
talk
takes the
about
rat with it.
holes, Asa. Let's talk about some holes, shall
Holes? Oh yeah. I look for holes.
Yeah.
I may be obsessed with an egg, and Asa may, freaking Chase may be obsessed with a rat, but at least we're not Asa obsessed with holes.
we? Hey,
Yeah.
listen, I can't
At
be
least I'm not
obsessed with
gay.
my object because it's literally attached to something that will kill me instantaneously.
You know what?
Frankly, almost did on several occasions.
Let's just say this. Let people be obsessed with their objects, all right? Just let them be obsessed with their objects.
No one. What are you obsessed with?
His coins.
Oh yeah,
Oh
all
yeah.
of his coins. Well, the one coin.
But his.
But that was his daughter.
So
Oh, he's.
I think the coins are, especially the one of his daughter, are dear to his heart. They share like this interesting. He shares this interesting relationship with them, but his obsession is
No,
more
no, no, no.
based around the competition now.
As
Or
soon as he
also-
heard
a guy who's
competition,
running away. That
Also-
could be another thing he's obsessing over.
I do just want to say the queen literally gave me her blessing for the rat. She did say that the rat has found another kindred soul
Oh my goodness.
with it.
Why are we
Just
talking
saying.
about that?
okay.
just saying,
Anyways, let
defending
us
myself.
let Coolin take control of his D&D
I'm not saying
session.
anything. I'm over it.
Anyways, so yeah, I guess that's kind of what you are feeling. It's less of like the comfort of like being in the woods is a safe place type thing. It's more of like it's not putting out a vibe of any comfort because it's not comfortable.
The egg's just pissed.
Yeah, it's pretty pissed off.
Home is being destroyed. World is being torn apart by a friggin' lich.
Right.
Makes sense.
And then we're going to go back to our people who are tracking the man. What all do you guys want to... So you guys are just going to continue tracking whatever. So I want whoever has the highest... at this point, it's going to turn into a survival or a nature, one of the two basically, as you're trying to track something through the wilderness.
I've got a plus
Wilderness
5.
of the mountains. So one of you choose. So it looks like no one has the plus 5.
I have +3, so not me.
All right.
And then yeah, definitely not Caleb.
All right.
Where we're all working though, and they could be assisting. Could I get advantage on that roll?
Yeah, go ahead and
No.
roll with advantage.
We'll be helping twice.
Okay.
Double advantage.
First roll is 17.
Mhm.
Second roll, 15. So 17.
17. So with the 17, you are seeing just like a bunch of things have actually migrated through here recently. Goats have pushed their way over the top of the mountain. It looks like at some point there was some kind of wheel set, as if something was pulling a wagon through the snow. Other than that, you're not really seeing any sign of this thing.
Okay. In that case, after like an hour or two, I'm going to say to the others, all right, his trail's gone cold. I say we go back and protect the egg.
It's also
All right.
literally cold.
Yep. So you guys have spent what, two hours is what you're saying? 2 hours trying to track this thing. So we're gonna say about 30 minutes of that 2 hours was actual proper investigation. So it's gonna take you about an hour and 30 minutes to either make your way back. So we're going to. So you guys are gonna show up at the tail end of Xavian's watch.
Hell yeah.
So that's when you guys are gonna show back up at the camp. So yeah, that's where you're at now.
Okay.
So the only people who have watches left are me and Caleb. So
All right. So yeah, you and
What do you want
Caleb
to?
will-
Do you want to take it, Caleb, or do you want me to go?
I can take it.
Okay.
right. Uh,
If anything happens, wake me up.
all right.
If anything happens, let me say it in character. Cool it. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, sorry. Bro.
Continue.
So just
Honest
at this
talking.
point, we're just doing luck checks instead of perception. So this is just a luck. There's no modifier to this.
So I'm gonna be woken up real soon.
Literally. All right.
do you
know
want me
what,
to?
actually, Alrak, I want a history check from you instead while you're
Bro,
away.
Do you want me to just roll my
already-
luck check now and then,
Is that a D100 or
or do you want me to wait till my actual rest?
D100?
I'll just wait.
Luck,
it's usually what it is?
luck is just typically I just do luck as a D20. We can do one D100s. It's no different to me if you guys would prefer that. So totally up to you guys. But yeah, go ahead and roll your history, Caleb.
Freak. 11.
So I think I'm gonna ask Nelwyn, how much do you think did you explain exactly what this guy looked like and what it was?
Yeah, I would have taken the time to at least explain like the major details,
Right.
like his clothing, his hat, his facial structure, I suppose, or like
right.
The burn
features like
marks.
color.
Right.
Yeah.
So Alrak, at this point, I'm gonna say, you're just kind of thinking about what's been happening, right? And you know a couple of things. You know, again, as I'm gonna reiterate, guns are really only in Lockton. They're not in anywhere else. The tricorn hat, the colonial coat, those are all staples of Lockton style. They're typically red there, though, as that's the main color that they promote in that Lockton area, especially the upper Lockton portion. The next thing you're going to kind of recognize is that the fact that this clothing was black, there is it's not necessarily an assassin, not necessarily a bounty hunter, but just a guy who would be very available for those who needed to hire him in Lockton to do dirty work. He did not have a cheap price. He had a pretty high price because he did really good at his job. The next thing is about the burned skin. You'd never met this guy personally, you just know of him, but you have been to the dunes, and you know that someone with very tanned and leathery skin and many burn marks on their face are probably from the dunes. You also know that the relationship between Lockton and the dunes, or the people who live in those two areas, is not good. They don't like each other. So take that as you will.
Interesting. I'm just kind of going over my backstory just to get a refresher.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So I would just assume that these like burn marks were from like.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
it's maybe not
Yeah.
like you're not 100%, but that's a typical thing.
A typical
People who
burn
live
mark.
there, right? People
Yeah.
who live there just get burned by the sun because it's so hot down there.
Because I was there at one point, I would
You-
see the people and.
Yeah, you were there at one. You traveled through there at one point and saw a lot of what the people looked like. Especially, you saw the dune dwarves as well, which they use like their beards as major covering around their neck and their head, and then they have a lot of like tightly wrapped cloth that they typically drench before they go out. That's just wrapped all around
Basically
their
a
body.
Tuscan Raider.
Basically a Tuscan Raider, but instead of that weird mask, it's a beard.
It's just a massive beard.
Right.
That's good. Okay.
But yeah, the Dune Dwarves also share that very similar, like very tanned skin. They're very, very burned. So, yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna say with that,
Mhm.
that's going to be the end of your watch, and then we're gonna go on to Dravai's watch, who I want. So I have a couple of questions for Dravai.
What up?
So, how young was Dravai when his father passed away?
I believe he was 16.
16.
Yes.
And I think it was revealed. So Dravai thought that his father was a part of the City Watch, but it was later revealed that he was more of like he was kind of an undercover King's Watch
Right.
or King's Guard member who was trying to get more connected with the people.
Right. He was part of the King's Watch, but like undercover working in the City Watch.
Right.
And he was kind of like Gideon's like one outlet to the City
Right.
Watch.
Right. To just the townspeople.
Yeah,
some
yeah.
way or another. So with that, do you think your dad had any people that disliked him?
I don't think it would be too odd for him to have people who disliked him, so probably.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Alright.
I
But,
can't
like,
think
not
of.
very common.
Yeah, I think he might have had like one or two. Like I don't think he would, you know. I think there could be a couple people who didn't like him, but it wouldn't be like, you know, he
Right.
was known across the world as everyone hating him type of deal. So
Right.
maybe a few every here and there, but
All right. So I guess the next thing I want you to do is roll a luck check, and I want the precedent to be set with this roll. Do we want to use D100s for that or D20s?
I'm fine with D20s, but I don't really care.
Same. I'm down with D20.
Okay. So then we'll stick with a D20 luck check.
Okay, I'm rolling it in person.
Did you just clean your glasses?
I did.
Unacceptable, man.
You know what? Let me re-dirty them for you.
Unacceptable command.
Oh, hold on. Rolled it off my table.
You have not enough minerals.
Place that on.
Oh yeah, it's just luck, right? It's just luck, right?
Just luck. So
7.
there's no modifier. 7?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see if my camera lets me come back.
More
Yeah, we're good.
overlords.
So you're just sitting here casually at the fire, and the cold of being up all night starts to kind of wear on you a little bit. It doesn't cause any type of exhaustion, but you do think that staying up as late as you did was pretty close to not granting you a long rest.
So
With that,
let's see. Do we have like a fire pit? Would you assume that we
yeah,
had a fire
I'd
pit?
imagine you guys made a fire of some kind, so it could be like a pit or
And
just
it's not ignited.
rocks. The pit. I think it's been
It
lit
is.
now,
Okay.
so
That's good. Okay. Just making
Uh,
sure.
and I think we're just going to end Dravai's watch there.
Mhm.
So good
For a second, I
morning.
thought you were gonna say, and I think there we're gonna end the campaign. I was like, no.
Like,
For the session.
No.
Right. So yeah.
No,
So you guys. So Dravai's watch ends, and he wakes everybody up to continue on the traveling.
I'm gonna talk to Neil Wynn. Like, that was pretty exciting last night. You look pretty tired.
Aye.
What happened last night?
Well, you know those eyes we saw last night or the other night?
No, I was asleep.
It
Well,
was 2 nights
you
ago.
heard the story. You were there.
That's it.
And those eyes came back. So I went after them.
Oh, cool.
That's about it.
And then I chime in.
Mm-hmm.
Based on the description of what you told me, I might know who the culprit was or is,
Who's that?
but it's just a hunch.
Lockton is the northmost kingdom, right?
No,
What's that?
No, Lockton
No,
is
no, it's bottom left on the map. Okay, never mind.
it's most west.
It's the westernmost.
yeah.
I may have come into contact with him a few times. in
Okay,
my
who is
time
he?
at Lockton.
Yeah, so we know what Coolin said, but do you know anything about this guy or what his motivations might be?
He, based on my hunch, he was an individual for hire to do dirty work, I guess you could say. From what I remember. But that's just a hunch. And man, oh man, he was good. He was real good.
All right. A mercenary. Let the contest begin.
This guy in contest.
He had a knack for going invisible.
Well, we're in luck because I do that too.
I think he did it better.
Shut up, man. Well, great.
I think if that is all, you guys are going to continue the rest of your trip. It's not going to take you the entire day, but you're going to show up in Garthram kind of near the afternoon, later afternoon, so about 3 or 4. And as you guys begin to approach and you come down out of the mountains, you start to see that there's a dark smoke trail that leads straight through the sky, as
That's
you recalled, as you would recall of something from Rendwald.
Mhm.
And it is traveling this direction.
You're not
trying
showing
to
her.
show us your map.
No, I just meant in the direction you guys are going.
Okay.
Okay.
I just sounded like you were pointing on your map.
Yeah.
No. I was looking at the map, but I wasn't pointing at anything. But
Okay, sounds good.
you know what? I'll just restart the map stream.
Yay!
Yeah, map stream.
True.
A map stream.
So so you guys are gonna make it into this little area, which is Garthram, and you see that the tendril kind of stretches out,
Oh.
just above Garthram.
Okay.
But you guys show up to this small. You wouldn't even call the ruler of this place a king. They'd probably just be like a chieftain. It resembles Norse architecture, and there's what's most interesting is this is where this big river that flows down and through that you can see here. This is where it begins from what they call the Spring of Birth. It's just this spring that pops out of the mountain and just flows straight into this river. It's not the only thing supplying the river, but it's one of the major contributors. This spring is gushing out of the mountain like a waterfall. But you guys come upon this place that is just a small little village with a main lodge in the back. There's a couple of shops here, and there is there's no tavern, there's just an inn. So it's just a place to sleep and eat, but it doesn't serve alcohol.
Dang it.
Some Norse town.
How
It's
am
a
I supposed
dry
to get drunk and
town,
sexually
guys.
harass women now?
Can I go
You
visit
have to
the
go
shop?
somewhere else for that. Yeah, you guys can go and visit the shop. So as you wait, do all of you want to go and kind of look at the shops when you first get here?
I want to see what there is.
Yeah.
So you guys travel to the shops and you see that one of the shops is a clothing shop, and then the other shop is just like a geomancer. So someone who deals in stones and jewels.
Are they magic jewels or just regular jewels?
You'll have to go in to see, but typically any jeweler has also arcane jewels.
Okay,
With-
cool. Let's do it.
So
I'm down.
I'll also
which-
go in there just to.
which
just to
shop
see.
do you guys want to go into first? Clothing,
Jeweler.
jeweler?
I don't have money for anything, so I'm just gonna like follow
Hey.
around.
Follow
Alright.
me. If you find something you like, I'll help you out.
Oh, I couldn't ask that. If anything, just make sure if you find any shop owners who seem particularly slimy, let me know which one, and I'll go and rob them for you.
Just like as we're buying stuff, I just like give you a little like hand motion behind me, and you just kind of sneak behind the counter.
So you guys see a lot of bear imagery in this place. Like it seems that the primary crest is a large bear head, and you guys go into the geomancer's shop, and you see just a human man with long brown hair standing behind the counter, and he goes, "How can I help you guys today?"
You got any lightning gems, my friend?
He says, "Lightning gems. Let me take a peek." He goes into the back and he comes out with 3 gems. He's got
Red, green, and blue.
he's got an onyx gem, a yellow gem, and a pink gem.
Ooh.
Do.
What do
What's
these
that?
do?
What do those
he
do?
says, "Well, this onyx gem seems to sap life from those who are pierced with it.
Necrotic.
This was previously mined deep in the mountains, but those mines have been shut down long ago." He then picks up the yellow gem and says, "This is the gem of thunder." He puts it down, and then he picks up the pink one, and as he picks it up, you guys get hit with like a very sweet like smell, the smell of just like candy, I suppose. And he says, "I like to call this gem the gem of kindness." And he puts it down.
Cool, thanks. I'm gonna walk away.
All right.
Do you have any wearable arcane
Dante
gems?
asks for a lightning gem. I give him a thunder gem, and he leaves.
It's not a lightning gem, it's a thunder gem.
Thunder
If I wanted
is
a
lightning.
thunder, it's
It's
different!
different. It is.
I know.
Fine. Move on.
Can my axe? I forget if my axe can hold a gem. Can it?
Your axe. So you're the cabbage axe, right?
Yeah, the cabbage player.
The cabbage axe. Let me hear you and open up my notes. So the cabbage axe had 1 socket in it.
Okay. Can you exchange them? Like if you go to another shop, or like once you put one in, it's permanent?
Do you have a gem socketed already?
I don't think so. Do I?
No,
Okay.
I don't
I
think
don't-
you do. No.
Did anybody get a gem socketed here?
Only Dravai.
Revi did.
Fire one.
You got the fire, okay. But yeah, you can get a gem swapped out, but it's kind of like bleaching your hair. You do it too many times, and you're gonna ruin the weapon. So
Fair enough.
that was a weird analogy.
That was a really effective analogy.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I was gonna say that made sense to me, so.
But
I'm gonna. Are you gonna do something with the gems first? Leif?
You go. I
Okay.
want you to do it.
Do you have any wearable arcane gems that might affect one with arcane abilities?
oh, you're saying like a spell focus of some kind.
Yes.
We do not deal in magic in Garthram, not like that, at the very least.
Just curious.
Yeah.
I'm
if
gonna
you're
walk
done.
out.
Okay. How much is the thunder gem?
He says the thunder gem is 73 gold.
Okay. And would it generally be a D4 plus damage?
This gem, the thunder gem, is going to be a D4 of damage.
Okay.
Life suck,
Yeah.
life suck, life suck. Give it
Hey,
your axe
Caleb, did you
life.
ever give me that staff?
Yeah.
What was I supposed to put in my inventory?
Just a
Staff.
regular staff.
Staff?
It's just
Okay.
staff. Yeah.
Are there, Coolant, are there gems that are more powerful than other gems?
There are gems that are more powerful than other gems.
Okay. And all gems can fit in the same socket?
All gems can fit in a socket, yes.
Okay. Okay. Well, if there's...
Unless I give you like a gem that's like a very particular or rare gem that might
Sure.
require a little more.
Can I ask the shopkeeper? So these seems like we're coming around a lot of gems that look the same. Are there stronger gems, and how, if there are, how strong do they get?
Well, some gems have the ability to allow the user to either transfer power from themselves into it, store spells in some cases, and in other cases, they can just make things genuinely better.
And this kindness gem, does it do one of those things?
You see, he grabs the kindness gem and he says, "This is one of my favorite gems. It's something that is a family heirloom that I've had for many numbers of years, and has been in my family for even longer than.
Oh.
And it's never been socketed in anything, but I do know that when I have it, I feel particularly kind."
Okay. I don't know if it'll
Needs
do
to
me
negotiate.
much good, because in my line of work,
Gamba. Gamba.
but
Gamba.
thank you. I appreciate it.
Mm.
Are you still here? Yeah.
Question.
Yeah.
As I see all of these different like gem sockets on everybody's weapons,
Hmm.
would I be able to kind of like reverse engineer it and put a gem socket onto my bow?
On your bow, you do have proficiency in bow tools, right? Or
Yep.
in what did we say? Didn't we have to make you a specific set, or was there already like
Yeah, so we're just using blacksmith's tools as my
Okay.
fletching tools.
Yeah. So
But I have like 250 years of experience as a fletcher.
Right.
So
I think it's possible for you to add the socket to your bow. The thing that it's going to be based on a roll, though. The thing that you couldn't do is socket a gem. So you can make your bow have the ability to be socketed, but you
someone
can't.
else has to.
You need a geomancer to, actually socket the gem.
Yeah.
No one's literally like 1 second. Right.
Wait, last question. How much is the kindness gem?
The kindness gem is 138 gold.
Must be powerful.
I know. I just don't know what it does. So
I know. That's the point of the gamba.
that's the point.
Hey, while we're waiting, or while we're like doing stuff, can I inspect that staff from Arkalos and see if there's anything special about it?
Go ahead. Are you going to cast any particular spell on it or anything to try
Can I
and
do
figure that out?
Can I do like an Arcana check?
You can do an Arcana check.
12.
With a 12, you're looking at this staff, and it seems that it was just a tool that Arkalos used to effectively cast a spell, but he had focuses other than the staff that made the staff basically a walking stick. So he would
Okay.
use it to make a spell come out of it, just to look good, basically. But he was using other things to actually power his spell.
Speaking
Okay,
of Arkalos and spell casting, do I have that book? Like his spell
That's right.
book?
You
Can
do
you
have
cast
that
Fog
book.
Cloud?
I think.
Okay.
Wait, I think I made that.
Yeah, I
think
was
you
going to
can add
ask if
that
you
to your-
made it or not.
You should be able to add that to your D&D Beyond.
Okay.
After this session, I
Okay.
can help you add that in
Okay, sounds
Can I try and sell it to my staff to the shopkeeper?
to the Geomancer.
I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you probably wouldn't want a staff, but like, hey, do you know anyone that would want this, or I could sell it to?
Does the staff have a socket?
Intimidation check.
The staff does have a socket on it.
Just one?
It has 3 sockets on it.
Okay, never mind. Maybe I'll hold on to it. How much do you want for that thunder gem?
He looks at the thunder gem. He kind of picks it up for a second, and he just kind of looks into it, and he says, "I think." Now, someone already talked about the thunder gem, didn't
Yeah,
they?
I did. It was
It was
73.
70.
73.
I gotta get to my blue page. Yeah, it was 73 gold.
How much to inlay it into the staff?
So he's going to charge you for the gem and him and laying it into the staff 123 gold.
Okay, let's do it.
All right.
Oh,
Dravai with 0
hold on.
gold.
Actually, no.
I have 0 gold, but I have
I'm gonna show. I want to
5
buy
bottles of wine
the.
worth 250 each.
I want to buy him a
Onyx
You
one.
also-
I want to buy the Thunder Gem,
Mhm.
but I'm gonna say how much to inlay a stone of my own in it.
He says it depends on the quality of the stone. You
I'm
have
gonna
that
show
with
him
you?
my sapphire.
He looks at the sapphire and he kind of puts one of those, the
Monocles.
yeah, it's the monocle that's really wide or really long, and he's looking at it. Says it has a fairly large window, a couple of impurities. I would charge you about 45 gold to socket this for you.
Okay, let's see. 45 plus 73. Okay, I'll take the Thunder Gem and I'll have you inlay the Ice Gem, please.
All right. So he's so you give him the staff, and then you give him the gem of ice, and he's going to take that away. Once you give him the gold, and then he's going to give you the thunder gem to keep with you.
At 118
Okay.
gold.
Yep.
Cool.
Whoop. And then you'll have to come and get it the next morning.
Okay.
So he goes and he sets it in the back, and then he comes back up to visit with the rest of you, whoever are asking questions. And so all that's on the table right now is the gem of onyx and the aforementioned gem of kindness.
You know what? I'll buy the gem of kindness.
You're gonna buy the gem of kindness?
I'm gonna buy the gem of kindness. The guy that rages and kills people. I'm gonna buy the gem of kindness.
So, so if he stretches out his hand to collect on the 138 gold for that,
Yeah.
all right.
What if
You
it has
plant
like a
the gold.
reverse side effect when you go into like battle and it
It
turns
makes you not
into
want
like
to kill
an,
people.
well, it turns into like an anger gem, so it literally boosts your rage, and you just do Gamba amount of damage.
We'll see.
You give him. He gives you the gem of kindness,
Cool.
and he takes the gold and he says, "Please take good care of it.
I will. You have my promise.
Thank you."
I'm feeling especially kind, so.
Are you going to inlay it in
Good.
your axe?
Well, I'm gonna get inspected first, and then I might.
Okay.
It'd be kind of funny. I
Yeah,
will
and
kill you
so-
with
Get a
kindness.
gem inlaid.
So he's charging. So right now he's charging 50 gold to inlay the gem. Unless you have your own, then he's charging you less to inlay it.
Oh, so it would be 50 to buy it and inlay it?
It
No,
would
just
so-
to inlay one of his gems.
Yeah,
but if you
so-
bring your own gem, it's a little less.
Yeah, so he only charged Xavian 45 gold to inlay his own gem, but he's going to charge. Let's say someone wants to inlay the gem of onyx, they'd have to pay 86 and the 50.
Okay. Too rich for my blood.
Everything's too rich for your blood.
And then I hear that and I turn around and I'm like, no one. Would you like one of those stones?
I would.
There's only
I'll
one
buy
stone
the
left
last
at this
one.
point. All right,
The
so
one
last
left is the one I would have wanted.
the
Exactly.
one left is 86 gold for the gem of onyx.
Pocket change.
I have 50 gold. No, wait, I have 60. I have 60. Let me double check. Yeah, I have 60 gold.
So I'll just need to like pitch in 26.
Well,
you-
to buy it,
Are you gonna lay it?
Are you going to inlay it as well? Well, you
I
have to
would
make
like
a slot
to.
first. You have to make a slot first, though.
Hmm
how long would that take?
So it depends on how you
Depends
roll.
on your roll.
Well, so as a Fletcher, like
Mhm.
I could just kind of like try again if I break my bow?
Well, yeah. If you break your bow, then you break your bow, which isn't that
think
big
you
of a
just have to
deal
go
because
get
you
another
have
one
just
and-
a basic short bow. But if you had like a +3 bow, it might not be a very good idea to run the risk on it. Because if
Right.
you break
So
it,
this one's super
it's
basic.
pretty bad. But since
But
it's
where
basic,
this is like a
yeah.
basic bow.
yeah, you get to really tinker with it. So
So what do I have to roll?
oh, you'd like to put the socket in now? Give me just a second.
Yes.
Gem of Onyx.
In the shop. I'm just gonna pull out my tools and just start etching a little hole in my bow.
So there's actually when you have to socket something, the gating isn't necessarily just the price it costs. It's also what components you need to actually get the socket. Since you have a very basic bow, the components are very simple. Simple iron, simple leather, all things that you would probably carry in an explorer's pouch. You could probably even use like a piece of silver instead of iron, like a silver coin. But
Okay.
as your bow gets more advanced and has more gems in it, to socket it, it's going to cost rare materials. Or if you get like a +3 bow, for example, it's going to have to be a more expensive thing to
Sure.
actually build the socket yourself. So it's not going to cost you anything, but you're going to roll a d20 and add your proficiency to it, since you've got proficiency in Fletcher's
Okay.
tool. And then it's going to be for this simple of a bow and one socket, it's going to be a DC 10 roll.
You did it.
21.
Okay, easy. Nice and simple. I'm going to say it takes you probably about 2 hours to successfully get the socket on and everything, but it goes on and it looks fine and great.
Sweet.
Good job.
Awesome. And thank you for helping me purchase this wonderful addition to my bow.
Wait, so do you have to?
will come collecting like Ebenezer Scrooge someday.
Honestly, someday I'm gonna be like, you owe me approximately 4,000.
Fair is fair.
Is there some person in this town that can arcane inspect things?
There is no
Right.
active wizard in this town
Okay,
to
sounds good.
inspect arcane things.
Makes sense.
And then I think if you guys are done with the Geomancer, there's a clothing store.
During that 2 hours of him
Yeah.
etching,
Nelwyn
y'all
can
could do
take
something.
it, and he can, if he wants to do 2 hours in the shop, right then, putting the socket
Just
on
leaving
the
a bunch
bow.
of wood shavings on the ground underneath me.
The guy's like, "Will you at least sweep it up when you're done, dude?" Like,
No.
like I think this place clean.
I'll just cast minor illusion to make it look like it's covered up.
You minor illusion a rug over the top of it.
Only that was here when friggin' Vervi stomped a hole into the ground.
Minor illusions.
Minor illusions. Like
fine.
there was nothing there. Someone breaks their shins stepping into the hole.
But yeah, if you guys would like to, I guess, go to the clothing store, you're welcome to.
Store. Clothing store.
Now, follow-up question: didn't you guys nab a bag of holding?
Yeah, who
there
has
was
that?
I did.
a lot
That's
of
mine.
wine.
Yeah, that's mine. Oh,
Where
did you
did-
turn it inside out?
Yeah, it's got 5 bottles. I gave you a bottle.
That's
Mason.
right. That's right. I have a bottle of wine.
Mhm. Oh, that's right. You got it off Carradine, and
Yeah,
I couldn't remember where I'd given it to you guys at. The other thing, you guys know like the rules with bags of holding, right? Like one of the most important rules is never put a bag of holding inside of a bag of holding.
Yeah.
Okay.
Never heard that
Just-
before. But
just-
yes,
Go ahead and try it if you'd like.
I've heard if you
That's all
tear a
I'm
bag of
saying.
holding, it like everything inside it goes to a different dimension.
Yes. And something very similar happens if you try to put a bag of holding inside of a bag of holding.
It's like putting a shulker box
Bags.
inside of another shulker box.
Yeah, it's just not coded in the game, dude. You just can't do it.
Like
No,
you literally try to put it in, but you literally rip a fabric in reality, and
You do. That's what happens. It blows up, does a bunch of damage, and then sends anything and anyone near it to the ethereal plane. So, yeah.
Oh,
It's
so
not fun.
if
It's pretty
I've
bad.
already experienced that. I'll be fine.
so if you need to rescue you again, we'll just rip the bag of holding and
Rather,
Yeah,
not
easy.
ethereal,
And then everyone
astral
goes.
plane. Sorry.
oh
Which is
astral.
just space. So,
Oh,
Space within
Yeah.
space.
yeah.
nice.
But
Huh.
Okay,
anywho,
good.
who wants to go to the
clothing
clothing store? Yippee! You guys walk into the clothing store and you see a guy with very he's got fluffy hair on the sides of his head and he's completely bald on top and he's wearing a long white robe.
Oh.
Very fashionable. He says, "Oh, hello. How can I help you?"
I'm here to inspect your wares.
"Oh, really? What can I help you find?"
Do you sell any sort of light armor? Or like a protective
Do I look
clothing?
like an armor, honey? I'm
Like a
not an
prey.
armor.
Any like protective clothing?
This isn't an armor shop. This is a clothing store.
Like,
So if you want to,
I want strong clothes. I want well-woven clothes that will improve my AC by 1 point.
yeah. So like, if you want a sick hat or boots, he might have them here.
Oh, actually, that'd be pretty sick. But
Were we ending at 10 today?
No.
No.
Yeah. That'll be when we end.
Custom-made hat with horn holes.
Do you want to inquire about something like that, or not? Yes. So what type of hat are you trying to get? Like a top hat, a wizard hat, a hood? I don't know.
Oh, hood.
A hood. So he says that to custom make a hood to your dimensions will probably take him about 4 days, and it'll cost you 150 gold.
Dang.
I will continue looking.
All right.
As I walk out of the store.
Right. No, I'm good. Bye. So, if that's the end, I think you guys are going to make your way to the inn, which is where you're going to sleep.
Leif want to talk to clothing store.
Oh,
I
did
just
you
wanted
want
to see what you were doing.
Oh.
I wanted to judge your clothes.
I'm walking
Yeah.
out.
Okay, I walk out too.
All right. So you guys walk to the inn, and when you walk in, you see a man with a very large fur coat on, and he has an axe by his side that's very beautifully made and carved with runes. Not giant runes, nothing that as a Goliath you would recognize, just magical runes. And those of you who are arcane know these magical runes to just be like his family name. It's just written in this style for some reason. And then inlaid at the base is just a white gem at the base of his hilt. And he is telling a bunch of people a story about hunting an owl bear in the mountains a couple of days ago.
We fought an owl bear.
Do you actually say that?
No.
Do you say, I fought an owl bear?
No. I was scared. I didn't do anything to the owl bear. I almost died to that
You
owl
climbed
bear.
a tree.
I don't say
but-
anything.
I raise my hand and I point toward Alrak. This man killed an owl bear. This man.
The guy with the fur coat turns and he says, "So you did." And you see he just has a kind of a thin beard on his face. Not incredibly thick. It just looks like he's elected to not shave for a couple of days. But he's wearing chainmail beneath, and you see on his neck that just a big medallion that has that bear head on it.
Mm-hmm. And then I turn and point at Leif and say, "This man wrestled the owl bear."
It was a team effort, and I pat you on the back. It's kind of good wallop.
you see this guy. He laughs and he says, "Allow me to buy you all a pint," and then he just
Hey.
slams it down on
God,
the.
there's no alcohol.
This isn't alcohol though. This is just a pint of
Oh.
like water or something similar.
Damn it.
Yak milk.
Some fresh spring water.
And he brings you guys get a pint of an unfamiliar liquid, but it is definitely drinkable because he's been consuming it for the last. I mean,
Ever.
he's got a pint, right? And he says, "I see that you all are new travelers. What brings you into Garthram?"
We're traveling from. Oh, where was the city we were just at? Let me click on
Grindelwald.
Grinwald.
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 With an R.
Grinwald. We are headed towards the city of Ohm to seek help from an enemy that faces Rinwald, and we're here to spread the warning.
He says, "You intend to cross the border into Arklon when only one of you is Elvish. Bold, very bold."
We do, yes.
Important business.
Important business.
He nods. He says, he just nods to that.
It has to do with the black streak across the sky.
He's like, really? I didn't know. No, he says, "We have heard word that something very terrible has occurred in Rindwald, and of course we've seen the black smoke in the sky that you speak of. I suspect that smoke leads deeper into Calroy than even Garthram is. But nonetheless, we're always happy to welcome travelers into Garthram. We don't get many anymore."
Well, we appreciate the warm welcome.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am the chief of Garthram. I'm Gerald Bearcrest.
That's a dope name.
Gerald.
Very cool.
Did you just make that up? I
Cool
feel like you
name.
just made that up.
No,
Okay,
I've had
because
that
you
for a
wrote it
while.
down. Okay.
Yeah, I just wrote it down on the page as my note of like they met Gerald Bearcrest.
Ah, nice.
But he says, "If there's anything I can do for you, I would love to do it."
Maybe lodging for the night.
Oh, absolutely. And then he pounds his fist and says, "Innkeep, get these gentlemen some rooms."
What a homie.
Well, thank you so much.
Anytime, my friend. He then just turns around and starts telling a different story to the people here, basically the people in the tavern or the inn, who are very intently listening to what he has to say. And so, with that, that's where we're going to end this session, and we'll pick up next week.
Tailspire.
On Tailspire.
Well, sweet.
Well, thank you,
Guess
Kool-Aid.
that means it's time for me to do my outro for.
Give me just a sec. Sorry.
Are you ready? And as always, thanks for watching. Copyright, man.